Everybody loved him. Hundreds of people would be by the courthouse, and he, put up his finger to the government, and that's it. This man is dying, and you still have him in solitary confinement. He was tied, his feet to the bed, and his hands were tied to the bed. People want to question if my father was weak or tough. He had a severe kidney infection. He was sick. He didn't get to see a doctor. By the time he got off the bus, he was covered in blood. If there was ever a time to become a rat or something, it would have been then. No, instead he fought 5 trials. Eli has never had any conversation with my father. He lied about my son. Like, this is how sick they are. I defend my family. I think I do a pretty good job of defending my family. But other people defend my family also. I don't ask them to do it, but they do. Hi, everybody. How's everybody tonight? Marla is not going to be joining us tonight. She has something important to do, so she's not going to be here. Elio is going to come on, and I believe MRE is going to join me. But before they do, I just want to say a few things. Let me just say this right now. To Fat Bald Snitch. I want to get this out there and make it really clear. I never said anything about your daughter. I never said anything about your wife. 2 weeks ago on July 11th, you went on your show and you lied about my daughter. I didn't do that to you ever. And I'm going to tell you this now. Don't ever threaten me again. I got the download of the show that you deleted last night where you threatened physical harm to Marla and myself. And I'm going to sit and I'm going to discuss with an attorney what we're going to do about that. That's a promise. That's that. Don't ever threaten me again. I don't know who the hell you think you are, but you're not going to ever threaten a woman again, especially this woman. Okay? Let me clear this up too. Tony Pizza. I've never spoken to Tony Pizza. Do not have Tony Pizza's phone number. I am not friends with Tony Pizza where we exchanged anything. I don't even know his email address. There is zero paper trail between Tony Pizza and I. Tony Pizza came on here 2 times. I asked him to come on here. One was because I was being accused of paying him to go out and hurt people by these other content creators. And 2, I wanted him to come on and talk about the memes that were made of my brother, Frankie Boy. Little disgusting memes of a little boy laying on the ground next to a mini bike with bloody legs and another one that you can't even recognize what's laying on the ground. It looks like roadkill. So I wanted Tony Pizza to come on and to explain how he got those memes and how he felt about them. And I will say this about Tony Pizza. I don't give a crap what any of you have to say about him. He had more integrity than the people who made those memes, because Tony Pizza, no matter what, wouldn't put them up. So whatever you think about him, I really couldn't care less. He did the right thing. He notified somebody about these memes, and it got back to me. And that is now included into the lawsuit. And I spent 2 days downloading. And if anybody thinks that they're going to threaten me, you're so sadly mistaken. And another thing I want to say. Fatball Sicilian, since you're insisting, you accused me of making that meme and putting it up. I'm going to send it to you. I'm going to send it to you because I'm not sick enough to want to take down anybody bad enough that I would put a picture of my brother Frankie Boy imposed on a little boy riding a mini bike. And I don't hate anybody enough to exploit my little brother's death. Okay? Now, you have done nothing but trash my family and rip them apart. I think you're mentally ill. That's what I think. In my opinion, I feel like you are mentally ill. There's not a human being on the planet who could be that desperate for a $5 super chat that would do something as despicable as what you have done. You are the bottom of the pond, scum. You're underneath the scum on the bottom of the pond. Not even, you're underneath A-Light. You're underneath the defendant in my lawsuit. That's where you are, on the bottom. Now, I don't know where you got your shit about this thing with my mother and having guys chainsaw. You're a sick bastard. And I'm going to tell you this. I'm getting paperwork on all of you. And we're going to see how much you like that when I hang that over your head. I'm not a rat like you and your freaky Florida friend is. But I'll do what you do. You ever come after me again, and I'm going to send that video that you did last night of you threatening physical harm on Marla and me. I'm going to send that where it needs to go, and you will never threaten anybody again. Do you understand that? I don't know who the hell you think you are. You are never going to threaten me again. And I'm going to send you the whole page. And guess what? I didn't show it last night because there's a disgusting, filthy, degenerate meme of you holding your stepson and you saying, take your pants off. That's why I didn't put that up last night. Because there's memes of you on that page with your stepson. I only shared the ones that were done with my brother, Frankie Boy. You degenerate. You lowlife, you come after me. I didn't make those memes, and you know damn well I didn't make those memes. And guess what? You support the people who do. They were your friends. And here's another thing. You want to talk about Tony Pizza? Tony Pizza is my family friend. Tony Pizza, you paid him. You talking about 9/11 crap. You paid him to come on. He came on your show after he made those comments, and you paid him. You gave him money. Don't you dare talk about me. I never paid him 5 cents. I don't even know his email. I don't know anything. You did that. After he did those comments on 9/11, which from what I was told today, he did apologize for. But you put that up as the Gotti family friends. You're so hard up for $5. I feel sorry for you. I really do feel sorry for you. You showed everybody came here last night into this chat because of you sent them here. You sent them here. And guess what? My show last night beat yours. MRE's show last night beat yours in views and likes. And I swear on my children, nobody bought anything. That was done fair and square. You know why? People are starting to see you for the animal that you are. You got a small group there of degenerates that keep pumping money into you. But everybody else, nobody likes you. Nobody likes you. I don't know where your head, how this head got so fat, how your head got so big. Nobody likes you. You can see if you have 300 people in there, 90 people like you. Do you understand that? Do you see that? You look like a degenerate threatening women, calling women the C word. You look like a lowlife. Now I'm going to ask you this question. How do you do that to women, to the 4 women that are on here, when you have women in your life? How would you feel if people were doing that to your daughter? How would you feel if people were doing that to your wife, calling her the C word? How would you like it if people were talking about your mother? I don't even think you care. How's that? I don't think you give 2 shits about any of the women in your life, because you could never possibly treat other women the way that you do for no reason at all. I didn't do a goddamn thing to you, not a damn thing. And all you've done for 3 months now is go trash me and everybody in my family, including my daughter. I never went after your daughter, you punk. You went after mine. You lied about her on July 11th. That's 2 weeks ago. I never said a damn thing about your daughter. And don't you ever threaten me again. I got that video last night where you're threatening physical harm. Just keep that in your head. And you're the one who said that you talked to the defendant. You said it. So which one? Is it you do or now you don't? Which one is it? Which one? So you just lie regularly? Which one is it? You already said you talked to him. You already said you wanted to help him. You wanted to testify for him. Your friend Jimmy Calandra said he wants to testify for him too, which I find totally, really, really funny. I only hope that that's true. Whatever. And another thing, you told your people in your chat, you told people in your that were viewing you last night that I lied and said I made up a lie that Shanna's 10-year-old son did drugs. First of all, I didn't make that up. I never said that. Your wife said it. Your wife said it. The video is out there. NB has it. I would have put it on here, but I don't even want to do that because it's so sickening. But it was your wife who said it, not me. I didn't make up that lie. Why would you lie to your people and tell them that? I never said that. And then you said Shannon was a better mother than my mother because my mother's child died on a mini bike that my mother refused to buy him. So that's my mother's fault. You're a sick, vile human being. You really are. You should be ashamed of yourself. Hang your head and shed in shame. And you know what? People are seeing you for what you are, and that's it. I'm done. Don't ever threaten me again, and don't ever threaten Marla again. And that's it. That's it for my rant. I'm done with it. How is everybody? My Elio is going to come on, and I don't want to discuss Fatball Sicilian with Elio, and I don't want to discuss Fatball Sicilian with MRE either. I don't want to discuss them anymore, especially with those two. But I will bring up when content creators threaten women on the internet, and I'm going to ask him about so-called males who threaten women and call them the filthy names like the C word and bitches and all this other stuff. I'm going to ask Elio about that. And that's it. How is everybody? I want to say something else too. Maddie, I'm very sorry. I never got the notification that you were on tonight. No notification whatsoever. So I had no idea that you were on tonight. I just went to, right before I came on here, I just said I was going to close out the tabs that I had open at the top. And when I got to the YouTube homepage, it showed that you were live. And I felt really bad. I would have, if you would have stayed on, I just would have made this show later. But you ended it just when I got there. So I'm very sorry, Maddie. I didn't know that you were on. Otherwise, I would have been there. Okay, let me see. I don't know if Elio was here or not. Hello, John Minucci. Hello, Chicago Muscle. Hi, Oliver. Hi, Lori Love. Joe Del Mura. Mike. Hello, Blue Eyes. How are you? Amber Alert. Sean Sharon. Ma Brats 2. Marky Mark. Lori Love. Yeah, it was Chicago Muscle. I just caught you when you said Angels on. And that's when they realized that I was coming on. So thank you to Chicago Muscle. Hi, Fin Freak. How are you? Hi, Manchetti. DeGasta. What's real? I said, right? Gimmick. Harry. How are you, Harry? John Brigoni. How are you? I can't see these glasses that I got. really aren't that good. Okay. Hello, Steve Tortola. How are you? XXX. Hi, MRE. Hi, Minnie the Moocha. Yankees for Life. Timothy. Elio. Okay, so Elio's here. I'm going to drop the link. And MRE, if you want to come on as well, you are more than welcome to, because I'm sure Elio would love to speak to you as well. So I'm dropping the link in before they get here. Let me say hello to the rest. Amber Alert, how are you? And Montauk, Bill Jordan, Maddie, how are you? Uh, hello, Mac. And yes, he is. And hello, Susie. How are you, Susie? Hello, Oliver. Thank you, John Minucci. Everybody, please hit the like button. We don't ask for money here ever. We just ask that you hit the like button. And thank you for doing that. Okay. Hi. I said, hi, Jason. How are you? Hello, my joy. How are you, my joy? I still didn't answer you yet. I'm so sorry. Have patience with me, please.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm all right. I was
It's
just I took a walk down the yellow brick road for a little while. Talked to a few of the fellow munchkins. I feel good about myself.
Do you know, I just want you to know that as soon as I see that avatar, the outfit that you wear to come and see me, it makes me smile. It
Well,
lights up my whole face.
I personally put this outfit on all the time just to come
Um,
on here.
I know, and I love when you come wearing that one.
Yes, this is my Bonaducci look.
Yeah, it's also your Chucky Light look.
Yes, little Chucky Aleto.
Yes, yes, it's that. Hello, Uncle Zio. How are you?
Hey Zia, what's up? I
Yeah.
caught the last minute of their stream. I didn't even know they were live. I just
Yes,
caught the
me
last minute of it.
too. Me too. Why didn't nobody got the notification? I didn't get it.
I was in a car. I couldn't hear any notifications go off. Hey, Elio, what's up? But I did share
Hey,
them.
Marie, how you doing?
How you doing?
Good.
How are you, Elio?
Doing good. Thank you, Angel, for asking me to come on. I hope you're feeling okay.
Uh, I'm feeling. I don't know how I feel right now, Elio.
Yeah, I don't want to discuss FBS. I'm still hoping we can make peace. I do want to discuss all those rats that are attacking you though, and all those other content creators. So I'm here.
Okay.
And
Um.
Marie, how you doing? How's everything up in Providence?
Good, good. We got the feast coming up in another week and a half. We got St. Rocco's coming up, so pretty excited about that.
Yeah, we got to meet up one day for a drink at Andino's and get that Frank Sinatra drink they have over there. It's pretty good. You know, I'm sure you've had it before.
No, I'll drink coffee milk or something, but I'll definitely go out and have a coffee milk with you.
Yeah, I don't know if you know this, but I don't know if you know, but in the '80s, Angel's father saved a lot of lives on Federal Hill. I don't know if you ever heard that story.
Not sure. No.
Yeah, well, there was going to be some type of bloodshed. A lot of guys were going to get hurt.
Yeah, I do know that story. I know what you're talking about. Yes, I do know what you're talking about. Yep.
Yeah, and you know, people when they shoot at each other, I mean, obviously people get hurt, families get affected, and Angel's father had no skin in the game. He just heard that people were going to get hurt,
Yeah, he
and
stopped it. There was going to be a lot of crazy stuff that was going to happen.
and I think it goes to a lot of what the good work that you do, because I don't know the full story of the backdrop, but I wouldn't be surprised if Whitey Bulger's FBI handlers were instigating all that stuff that was going on in the '80s.
It's very possible because he used to have machines from Coinomatic and stuff like that. So it's very possible.
Yeah, I think it was guys from Boston that wanted to go after guys from Federal Hill, and of course, the guys from
Yes.
Federal Hill would have went back, and a lot of people would have been hurt. And how many people can actually say they actually saved a life? And Angel's father actually saved lives. There's humans today, families that were not damaged because he had the influence to do it. Now, there's other guys in that life that had the power to probably stop it like he did, but they didn't want to get involved because, FBI scrutiny, you put yourself out there. But Angel's father put himself out there. People should, a lot of people think that why put yourself out there? You can get in trouble, but he wanted to save lives, and he went and did it. And that's a very honorable accomplishment of Angel's father. And I think that's why men in his world adored him. And
I'll say this about Providence is that he was liked over here. My uncle and a lot of people respected him and liked him. He was well liked over here.
Yeah.
All I've heard was good things about him from my uncles and friends and stuff like that.
Oh, good.
I know what you're talking about. I really don't want to really get into all that stuff, but I know what you're talking about.
All right, good. So how you doing, Angel?
What's going on, Elio? How's everything with you? I saw you recently, and you lost a ton of weight. Tell me how you did that.
Well, I did it in a very sad way. The loss of my ex-wife, and
I'll be sorry to hear that.
yeah, and taking my children, to at a bedside every day for many months. I stopped eating, and then I just lost a lot of weight. I went half down, and I half of what I used to be. I'm not near my military weight, but I'm very close to it, and so I still haven't started really eating again. But I'm smoking cigars, enjoying a cognac once in a while. But I'm doing well. But thank you for the weight loss compliment.
Oh no, you should be very proud of yourself.
Yeah, you know what? I want to live a long life now that my children do not have their mom anymore, and I want to make sure I don't die young. So it was good that I lost a lot of weight. That way I can get really back in shape. I don't want to go on medications or anything. So I'm actually, my blood pressure is down to a very healthy level, and I'm actually more healthy than I've been in many years because of the weight loss. Rapid weight loss will just do that.
Yeah, very good, very good.
Yeah, congrats.
Yeah, that's really good. Let me ask you something, Elio. So, when people, let's just say anybody on here, makes a threat of physical harm, what is it? And especially if those people have a record, or if they are stalkers and they have a record of stalking, and they tell people that they know what kind of car you drive.
No, not just stalking you off.
Go ahead.
Actually, sexual assaults against women, not just stalking.
Wow. So, I mean, I didn't. What somebody.
And then you find out that there are women who have lifetime restraining orders against them, but they tell everybody that they know where I live and what kind of car I drive.
Well, Angel, this is the problem you have. A lot of these creators are fucking bums. They're losers. They wanted to be street guys, but they're not capable. And your father was your Joe DiMaggio of that world. It's like baseball players that can't hit the ball and they never made it. Forget the major leagues. They never made it out of high school ball. And all of a sudden, it's Joe DiMaggio's daughter. And that's their one chance of ever fringing this world. They get some type of rush over attacking you because of who your father is. And many of them do it. And a lot of these content creators are just fucking losers. And there's not much. And the internet created a platform where they can do that. And I mean, there's that element of it. And then there's the aspect of it, of the rats that are degenerate. They got off for telling on people, and now they think it's funny to just attack people on the internet, and they think they're able to get away with it because they talk to FBI handlers. They have them on their phone. They know a U.S. attorney, and they say their name, a first name basis, and they think that they're invisible or untouchable. And the reality of it is they're not. I mean, the reality it is that first off, there's the penal code that affects that blankets everything. So you can't commit a crime against someone. But there's also the civil action of it, where you can commence proceedings in civil court and seek money damages against them. I mean, the
Okay.
problem is that everyone we profiled, except for a few, a couple that have assets, but they were hidden, but they're easy to find. But the rest of them were just real losers. Men that are incapable of supporting a family, men that are incapable of raising children, men that, unable to get resources. And really, it's sad. And a lot of them, many of them, probably all of them, are very narcissistic, ego-driven. And then all of a sudden, they get off acting like an idiot on YouTube, and here they do is attack people and to entertain themselves. And it's quite sad, actually. It really is. But there are a lot of remedies to it. But another important remedy to it is the fact that people see it, and they're not in the public opinion, they're not doing so well. For every rat that cheers them on, for every weirdo from London or from Australia that laughs and supports them in the live chat, there's 100 people that have turned themselves off, and they're really embarrassing themselves on the web, and they have children or relatives that see them, and it's really it really is sad on many levels.
Yeah, I love what you said right there. It's true. For every weirdo groupie who supports these informants, there's 100 people that think they're creeps.
Oh, 100%. And like I said, the work you do, MRE, is God's work, because being an attorney in the Southern District and the Eastern District of New York for many decades, attorneys would see things and the average public would not believe it, in terms of FBI corruption, in terms of the way informants conducted themselves. And you're exposing it, and it really is really helpful for the public, because the average person won't believe it. I mean, look at the movie Goodfellas, for example. They made Henry Hill out to be like this top mobster.
I know, it's nuts.
And me and Angel are both from Queens, and we've known people who know him, and we've known people who met
family. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
family.
He was a junkie.
Yeah.
If he was a generation before, he might have been like that creep from Ozone Park attacking people. He was a junkie. He was a loser. He never made any money. And in the movie, they make him out to be, much bigger than what he was.
A genius. They made him out to be this genius. That it was just insane. Yeah.
Let me just read this super chat from Keen Sheets. Thank you, Keen Sheets. Keen Sheets says, this is going to be a great show. Love Elio. I follow him on Facebook.
Thank you, Kane Shades. Thank you.
And John Minucci said, how's it going, Elio?
John, I can't wait to see you soon and hang out and smoke a cigar. John's a very good man.
Wait, let me just get the other super chats and then you can continue. Just give me 1 second.
Teresa and the Truth Hurts.
Yeah, I see.
Thanks, Teresa. Thank you, Truth Hurts.
Yes, and Teresa says, sending hugs, Angel. Thank you so much, Teresa Murphy. You didn't have to do that, and you are a sweetheart. Thank you.
She's got awesome people.
Yeah, she's a doll. Hold on. There's another one. Now, The Truth Hurts. Thank you so much, The Truth Hurts. We support you. Thank you. That means so much to me, especially coming from you. Thank you. And Psycho Dog is barking at something on the TV. Okay, I'm sorry, Elio. So go ahead. So the answer then is obviously I don't have goons to go out and beat people up, despite what these idiots tell their audiences. So the second option is a civil lawsuit, right?
Correct. You know what's so funny?
Yes.
And I'm going to take this from a lawyer's perspective.
Okay.
Rats say, and there's famous rats that put people in prison, famous in this genre, and they say, oh, you're ratting if you X, Y, and Z because you're telling on me. And let me explain something to you. Once somebody becomes a rat, an attorney's job is to discredit him in court any way necessary to impeach him so he doesn't put people in prison. And an attorney's job is to expose who he is. No garbage pail rat fucking deserves any type of respect or any type of so when people say that, when rats say, oh, you're a rat for like getting an attorney involved, That's absurd. Our job is to impeach them and to expose them and to put them on a stand in front of a federal judge, in front of his federal handler, in front of the public, and show exactly what he's done it. And we've done it multiple times before, and we've done it again. And the rats we've done it to are a lot bigger, tougher, and sharper than the ones that are doing it now. That's for sure.
Exactly. I don't know if you saw, I don't think you saw the show last night because you were busy with your children, but I did send you one of those memes that was done of my brother Frankie. What's your opinion of that, Elio?
Well, that is that is beyond comprehensible how someone can do that. Now, it hit you personally. Most people, nearly everyone who sees it will be outraged by it.
Exactly.
And it's not a smart way to attack somebody. You're not winning anything. You're hurting yourself by attacking somebody like that. And if their intent is to like embarrass you or anything, they're embarrassing themselves. Yeah. Of course, like the rats that they are, they do it anonymously and they try to hide out. I mean, what kind of man would put a meme up and then hide himself like that? And it's they should be embarrassed themselves. What's my opinion of it legally? There's definitely liability for that. It could be elements of intentional infliction of emotional distress, negligence, elements of defamation because they put implications about your family and they connected it to it. So yeah. there are money damages. But whoever did that just showed themselves for exactly who they are, and in public opinion, nobody is on their side. Maybe one weirdo from England thinks it's funny. Everyone else, it's not even my MRE. It's not 1 in 100 anymore. It's 1 in 10,000 when they did that.
Is there any way to find out? Like see, I'm not good with courts. So when you go to court to find out who made those pages.
I know who made those pages. Elio.
I know, but to literally find out through the courts where Instagram has to
let me explain something to you. There's private investigators in this country, in the city, that can do anything for any dollar. It's just a dollar amount, number one. Number two, attorneys have subpoena power. And there are methods through the platforms, through subpoenas to find out. Nothing's a secret on the internet. You have to be very sophisticated. Yes.
Thank you. That's what I told everybody last night. Now, I was accused by another content creator of, I made that meme. I made that meme because someone else's child was in that picture with my brother Frankie Boy and my father. So I was accused of, I guess, exploiting my brother's death just to hurt someone else.
None of them kids should have been used. Leave the children alone. Don't put none of them kids in any sick stuff. These people are sick.
Yeah. So I showed, and the reason why I put those pictures up as hurtful and how sickening they were to me, I put those pictures up to show everybody what these people are doing, how despicable and low-life degenerates that they are by doing stuff as sickening as that with the death of a 12-year-old boy.
Yeah, like I said, nobody supports that. And anyone deep down, if they have a sense of decency or humanity in them or a soul, they probably feel guilty about it. And even though they did it, and then they're suffering. But remember, these rats look in the mirror and they got to face a rat. That's the biggest thing against them is that they're rats and they got to look in the mirror. And this is just punching themselves in the face by making that, because they have to have that on their conscience.
Yes, exactly.
Even the rats who, and I'm not going to mention names, and Angel and MRA probably have an idea who we're talking about, the ones that put people in jail, they hate being rats. And they hate it, and then they flip stories and say they're not, and then they don't like, they're used in being informant to get out of trouble, and then they use it again to harm people, but deep down inside they hate themselves and they have low self-esteem because what they did.
And now, the new thing on here on YouTube is like suddenly in a certain area is that my brother John and MRE are rats.
Your brother John was the most investigated guy in the country. He fought 4 trials, uh,
5.
5 trials within a certain amount of years. When you're a rat, they let you go. They don't attack you. They don't. If you're a rat, the government loves you. You don't become the most hated. Your brother at one point was the most hated person by the federal government. So that's proof right there that But none of these none of these guys who say this never played ball in the major leagues anyway. They don't even know what they're talking about. They have no idea. They're talking about things that are above their pay grade. They're about stuff that they've only seen in movies, and they're making judgments based on what other rats say. Even the rats out there, there are rats that came out of the major leagues, but I don't think any of them are on YouTube except for maybe Gravano, and I was going to say Mikey Scars, but everyone else, they were all on the fringes. Well, not even the minor leagues. They were like on the fringes, and they used people's names that they tried to get close to, and they used like triple hearsay to put them in prison.
Yeah. And they also use the My Blue Heaven thing where all these little fringe guys get together to try to bolster what they used to be, try to make them bigger than they were and all that stuff.
Oh, it's much more nefarious than that. They've actually gotten together as groups, and they've committed crimes such as drug trafficking, assaults, and they're operating as a rat crew. And you know what's so funny? I mean, it's not funny. It's what they do is they rat on the people they're doing business with, and at the same time they're making money from it. And there's a whole network of it. And there's actually multiple wet set crews that have been identified in the country. There's a couple that have been identified in New York. One has been that I know of identified in New Jersey. Multiple ones identified in Florida. One in the Tampa area, and another one that's been identified like on the East Coast, South part. Yeah, they gotten together. And then they go to these areas where they're people that didn't grow up in their communities, and they get together and they act like bullies. And they walk around and they fist pump in a club in Florida, but they're afraid to go back to their own neighborhood in Queens because they're terrified.
Exactly.
Listen.
It's just like that movie, My Blue Heaven, Elio. If you ever seen that movie.
Yeah, of course I've seen that movie. It's exactly like that. That movie was so realistic to what's going on today. It was very prophetic.
It sure was, because the whole little crew, just like you said, all these informants met up in like wherever they were in the movie, and started a crime spree and stuff.
Exactly. That's right.
And look at the famous one of all, Schmiegel, Gollum, Sammy the Bull. This guy got out and was selling ecstasy with his whole family. It's amazing.
Yeah, exactly. And he has the nerve to say that my father was going to throw him under the bus. And then when it comes out why he really became a cooperator, everybody, all these content creators on here just totally ignored that. Like they totally. Of course,
they want to be friendly with him. You got to think, and this, we don't consider we're the mob genre, but in mob genres, to excel is to get stool pigeons on your channel, right? Like that's the way to do it. That's what they do. So they got to be nice to them.
Yeah, I have to say, Lee Cole did not. He's probably the only one who did bring it up. But the others, no, silence. It doesn't fit their narrative that they've been, writing about in the past. But Lee Cole did. So.
Good for Paps.
Yeah. So.
I haven't seen Lee Cole's show since the summer. Is he a white hat or is he on the dark side? I don't even know.
You know what? I think that he's in the middle. I'm not sure.
Can you tap? I don't mean to cut you off. Can you tap on Joy's 917, please? Yeah. R.I.P. Alan Kaiser.
Yeah, I'm not even sure. I just know that since he has this guy, he has a partner now, and I think that they try to stay out of it. From what I see, I don't know because I don't watch the other guy's show, so I have no idea.
Okay, let me explain for the people in the chat in case they don't know, but they probably know what I'm talking about. The white hats are probably 25% of the genre that are speaking out about public corruption, like what MRE does. They're speaking about injustice, and they're
Right.
talking about things that are good and wholesome. And then the other 75% are just a band of rats attacking everybody while making up stories to inflate themselves and make themselves bigger than what they are, trying to make money from the internet.
Yeah, exactly.
Well said.
Thank you, David. Thank you very much, David.
Yeah, thanks, Dave.
Yeah, thank you. I'm looking. Oh, Chicky's here as well. All
That's
right.
up, Chick.
Hi, Chicky. Wait, let me just. I'm looking for Joy. Where is Joy?
She was in there. She said, please check out the Alan Kaiser, Justice for Alan Kaiser Facebook group. If anybody's on Facebook, please give that Facebook group a like and check it out. And
Yeah.
RIP to Alan.
Yeah, I'm coming down to it. Hold on. It takes me a while to get there. But
Everybody with a YouTube channel really should push Alan Kaiser's Justice for Alan Kaiser's Facebook group. And everybody who has a Facebook, please go hit a like over there.
Yes. And
hit like on our channel, on this channel right here, Angels, hit like.
Yeah. Gravano murdered my 16-year-old brother. Disgusting. Hashtag Justice for Alan Kaiser. Yes, it is disgusting. And suddenly, I guess that's not a that's just a thing that stays on our side now. In the beginning, everybody was, hashtag Alan Kaiser.
I'll give Paps. Paps did a lot of streams on Alan Kaiser. I will give Paps that also.
Yes. Yeah, but now it's now not so much.
The other people don't want to bring it up.
I'm saying all the
others. No, they ain't gonna bring it up because their dream is to get Schmiegel, Take Me to Your Leader, Mac and me on their channel. That's the ultimate dream of these people, is to get somebody like him on their channel. So of course they're never gonna bring up how Sammy murdered Alan. They're never gonna bring that up ever. And it's terrible because a young kid who was murdered, and Sammy tries to spin it that he didn't do it. Louis Melito did it. No, you did it. You did it because the FBI came to this woman's house and told they didn't know what happened for years to their brother and their son. They didn't know what happened. Then they were told, and they were told there's nothing they could do about it. Very frustrating. My heart goes out to that family.
Yeah.
And then, a lot of people like they idolize Gravano. I don't understand the psychology of loving rats. It's very confusing and perplexing to me. Like, I can understand, idolizing a baseball player or someone that's an activist in a cause that you like. Or how do you love a rat? I mean, it's like an individual that just did horrific things, and then when it was time to take his medicine, just like hit out and ran and then lied and hurt other people. It's like the lowest form of humanity. And there's some of them that I know of that have been profiled that they actually go out to bars and restaurants and people like high five them. Not everyone is one out of 100, but what's up in the mind of that one individual who thinks it's
usually the ones who do idolize these people have like a whole house full of like Lucky Luciano pitches, and they love the mafia thing and all that, but yet they worship these people. It blows my mind. It's very weird.
Listen, if someone's a rat and then they were 25 and then all of a sudden they're 30 and they found God, they don't commit crimes, and they go on with their life and they try to be good people, who's the judge? I'm not saying I would ever want to be friends with them, but you just let them be, but don't idolize them. But these rats are still the same people. And they're being idolized by people on the internet. And what does that say about our country when this goes on?
Well, so another thing I'd like to add is a lot of these are, if some former rat comes on YouTube and did a goldfish channel or a puppy channel and never talked about anything like that, there'd be no reason to pull up videos. What's up, Joe? There'd be no reason to pull up videos and critique them. But these guys don't do that. They come on and boom, it's attacking the defendants, the defendants' families, making up lies, glorifying things. Like I said, if they came on YouTube and just like, oh, this is my kitten and it's just all about kittens or whatever, there'd be nothing to criticize them about besides being an informant. But I wouldn't pull up their videos and nothing because it'd be pointless. But they come on here and what's up, Richie? Make lies up and attack people. It's disgusting.
Yeah, and if you contest them, they go crazy. And you know, it's the most bizarre thing. They'll bash people like in a way that the average person would never bash another human being with no empathy, no
Yeah.
care. And as
Exactly.
soon as instead of saying, "Okay, I'm bashing somebody, I'm in this arena, this is wrestling, they're gonna bash me back." Soon as somebody bashes them back, they act like the world is ending and collapse.
Oh yeah. They want to dox the person, find out who they are. I've had informants threaten my life, say they were going to have me stabbed, killed. When they find out who I am, they're going to break my legs. I've had more threats. It's unbelievable. And all I did, and like I said, I've never pulled up their families and said degenerate things or nothing like that. They can't take any criticism. They want to threaten you, the whole nine.
Yeah, well, when I was in a situation where I had an issue with an informant. I don't want to get into his name, but he made up lies about me in court papers and in front of a judge. I mean, that was so. I mean, his own lawyer apologized on one particular case. It was multiple cases, but one I'm thinking of in particular. His own lawyer apologized. Nobody believed him, and then his paper's up like on the internet, and then somebody from out of state downloads that paper and they look at it and they actually believe what this rat is saying, it's ridiculous, and it's actually sad. And like I said, MRE, this is why what you're doing is so important. And the truth has to get out. They are hurting and damaging people, and nobody's calling them out. And listen, in this society, we can, when there's bad people, that's just part of the world. But when government individuals who are supposed to act better than the average person because they have the power of the government with them, they're supposed to represent them, when they act in cahoots and they encourage it, laugh about it, or use antagonism as a law enforcement mechanism, it's actually sad, and it needs to be exposed. There are links between some of these rats and their handlers knowing about everything. First off, the FBI watches a lot of the shows. I think the majority of them are mortified, but there are some of them that are twisted enough to think it's funny, or even maybe pushing them a little bit.
Encourage it, exactly. Like all I ever did was call out Elite on his lies, call out the defendant on his lies, and I get them joining up with another content creator and making up lies that I'm not my father's daughter, or that I fall off chairs, or I fall off chairs because I'm high on pills, or I am have people. I I had people beat up in Howard Beach because I'm such a troublemaker. I had people beat up and killed. Did you ever hear that one, Elio?
N- No, but I'm from your neighborhood, and that's not true. And
Thank you.
anyone who knows you in the real world knows you have a heart the size of Texas, and you're one of the most sweetest, beautiful souls and nicest people. And I know you give everything to everybody. You have empathy. You care. You're a great mother. You're a beautiful grandmother. You're the best sister in the world. So these individuals that if they're saying it about you, what chance do guys like me and MRE have that are more flawed than you are as a soul? What chance do we have?
Yeah.
We're going to get attacked a lot more harder. But Angel, it's it's sad. It's like it's attacking you, who's one of the most sweetest individuals in the world. That shows how twisted they are. It really does.
Yeah.
And to the point that you said about the handlers, let me cut you off, Angel. Sorry, the handlers working with them. There was one informant that actually who went to a bakery, right, and seen some guy there, and then came on YouTube and said the guy,
A pizzeria.
or a pizzeria, went to a pizzeria, seen this guy in there, came on YouTube and said he was a member of a ragu family or something, trying to put him as a mob guy. Now I thought to myself, was this a set? Was he told to do that, or is he just an angry person who didn't like the guy and wanted to put that on him? But it's weird. Who knows?
Oh, the FBI listen. There are cases where rats go and start trouble, and it's being surveilled as the trouble is being with the hopes of entrapping people, and that goes on 100%. It's gone on for years, even before. But we're in the Great Awakening. People, with the internet, people are getting more information, and they're not falling for it as much.
Yeah, and Justice Tech Pros, Dominic, has a excellent podcast, and he last week showed somebody that John Panisi had lied about
Bill Fenton.
recently. Yeah, Bill.
Yes.
Yeah, tell that story, MRE. I
All right,
get so tied.
there was a man, Bill Fenton, who had a business, and Panisi goes on YouTube, slanders this man, makes all these lies up. So this man, and it started hurting his business with clients and stuff. So, at least thank God JTP and this guy reached out to JTP, went on his channel, gave him a platform to fight back against this slander and lies.
And you know what, John Panisi. I mean, Angel, you know stuff about him. You don't even talk about it because there's no point in doing it. And he just goes out and gossips about anything. He said he lied and said he started off a Gambino. That's not even true. And yeah, and you know what his very loose connection to fringe guys in Howard Beach was, and you've never said it. And I wonder if he would give you the same, or anyone else the same respect. And you never said it because you didn't think it was necessary, because it would have maybe really gossiped about somebody that's not him, but very close to him.
100%. There's a lot I know about all of these people on here, and I've never said it. There's a lot I know about John A. Light. Horrendous things that I know about John A. Light, but I won't say it. There's a ton of things that I know about the defendant, but I won't say it. There's a ton of things that I know about Panisi, and I haven't said it yet. But I'm telling you one thing. I'm starting to get closer and closer to my breaking point. And when I do hit my breaking point, they're all going to be very sorry. Because what I know is absolutely humiliating for all of them.
Yeah. No, 100%. And as soon as they get something that they... Because first off, Panisi's from New York, but a lot of these guys aren't. And they just get things, they get tips off from the internet and all that. As soon as they get something they think is blockbuster, and they run with it with no shame. And Angel, I know what some of your blockbuster archives are, and you keep it under wraps because you don't want to go to that level that they are, and I give you credit for that.
Well, thank you. But
especially with the Panisi situation, you know what his fringe, very distant connection to anyone Howard Beach was, and you don't talk about it, and I give you credit for that.
Exactly. No, I don't. But I'm telling you right now, I'm almost there, Elio. I'm almost at my breaking point. These people they are the biggest degenerates that I have ever seen in my entire life, ever. And I'm 61 years old, and I grew up in Howard Beach, and my father was my father, and he was supposed to be the biggest mobster, in the United States. And I still never saw the garbage that I've seen on here, on this YouTube, in my entire life. The lies that get told with a straight face. With a straight face, these people are sick.
Uncle Edwin, how you doing?
Hi,
Can I
Edwin.
read that real quick?
Miss Angel, my respect always. Those that make peace with demons get burnt. Amen. Our love and respect always, Miss Angel. Thank you so much, Edwin. Edwin, you are such a sweetheart.
That's Uncle Edwin right there. What a great man, a good Catholic.
Doll. He's a doll. An absolute gentleman. So Elio, so what are you doing right now? I know you're involved in this group. What is this about now with this pro-life?
Okay. We would talk. The reason why we would talk, I have a lot of cases. Me and Gerard have so many cases. I mean, just like any other attorney that's been an attorney for 20 years. But the reason why I brought it up to you was there's a case of one in particular in Nassau County where pro-life the abortion industry wants to have them incarcerated because they're trying to save babies. And one of them is a priest. Another one is a mother. She may even be a grandmother. Another two are just older gentlemen. And what amazes me is that they're devout Christians, a full priest, part of the apostolic succession, and the grandmother. And if they have to go to jail, they're ready to go to jail. And they're looking forward to it if that's what happens to them. They're accused of allegations of trying to they got close to abortion centers. And the reason why I bring it up, I see these people that never committed a crime, humble, but if they have to go to jail, they'll do it. They'll do it because that's what happened. And then you compare that to these rats who decided they wanted to be career criminals, decided that they were tough, decided that they want to hurt people, and as soon as they got to do a little jail time, they cry. They and we know we have records of all of it, and of many of them. Soon as they get inside the jail, they start crying. They get on the phone. They cry to their mother, and they act like little bitches. Well, why try to be a gangster? Why be a wannabe? Why commit crimes if you're going to cry? If you're going to go to jail? If you want to do something like that, shouldn't you be more like Angel's father and say, "Hey, I'll go to jail like a man and do what I have to do"? Like instead they cry, and a lot of instances of it, and we know documented stories of individuals that are on the web that were in tears in prison, and they couldn't do any time, including the high-ranking ones that acted like that. I mean, why go into that lifestyle if you're going to listen? I'm going to tell you a story. When I went into the Marines, right? I never underestimate how smart an 18-year-old kid is. And we were in Paris Island boot camp. There were times when we wanted to quit, and we all knew that your first 6 months you don't get a discharge, you get an entry-level separation, and you'd sit there getting abused in boot camp. You would think to yourself, wow, my friends are with their girlfriends. They're in college. They're doing this. I want to go home. And you're homesick. And there was a small percentage of guys that they faked a suicide or they ran away just so they would be sent home. But the majority of them said, I signed up. I committed to this. It's a rat move if I quit. And I'm going to carry it through, even though I don't want to be here at this moment. But and you don't see that kind of honor among these rats. All you see is people running, And the reason why I bring that analogy is everyone in life has an example of things they wanted to run away from, whether it's a marriage or a business partnership. And a lot of people know when they stood strong and when they didn't. I don't want to make it like I'm a lawyer. I don't know what it's like to go to prison. No, I don't. And I've never committed a crime. But I do know what it's like to make a deal and then have to stick with it. And Marie knows that, and Angel knows that, and almost every adult should know that. And it's so dishonorable to, on a spiritual, ethical, moral level, to conduct yourself in one way, knowing that the consequences could happen, and then when the consequences happen, you just fall apart like a little bitch, And then you don't walk away like a bitch. Then you come back on internet and you act tough.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And Marie, because you've been doing this for quite a while, like a year.
Yeah.
And you've been observing rats your whole life.
Yep.
You wear your soul inside out. So when you got a punk from Ozone Park yelling and screaming and threatening people how violent he is, we all see the bitch in him. The true men and women see the bitch in him. We see it. We see it in his soul. We see it in his aura. We see it in his eyes. You're a bitch. Who cares how violent you think you are? Who cares if you pick up the phone and threaten? Who cares if you picked on a weaker man and because you're strong and young, you punched an older man in the face? The fact of the matter is you couldn't do jail time and you're a crybaby. And
and great point on that. And they come on here, make threats, and then get in trouble, get in front of the people again and cry again. It's amazing.
Yeah. And look at Gravano. Gravano became as high as you can go in that world, and through calculations, he's obviously above average intelligence, and he was obviously around people, and he knew. As soon as he got locked in there, he gave up. He quit.
He had his get out of jail free. He knew he always had that card to play.
Yeah.
Well, I think that they all know they have that card.
Yes.
It's the really truly tough ones who don't use that card, and they go and they spend 12 years in solitary confinement. 12 years in solitary, where they don't have other cellmates. They don't get out of their cells only but 1 hour a day, if they're lucky, because a lot of times these prisons are on lockdown and they don't get to come out of their cells. So it's like they're being in the hole for weeks at a time, months at a time, especially when the pandemic hit. So the men who are in so much pain, they start ripping their implants out with their bare hands, and then they're given Tylenol or an antihistamine because they're told when they say, "Listen, there's something in my throat," and they're told, "Oh, here, allergy medication, an antihistamine," and they still do their goddamn time. And then you have punks on here who want to put him down and make fun of him when you're rats and couldn't do your own time. You couldn't do your time. He did his time. He did his time with cancer. He did his time where his neck, the skin on his neck was all gone, open, no skin under his chin, nothing. And he did his time, and you punks have the nerve to talk bad about him. You weasels, you couldn't do your time. You ratted and you got out, you little girly girl cowards. I'm sorry.
Angel, I want to say something to the rats because I never committed a crime and I never would, and
Neither would I.
And neither would MRE. And what I want to say is that we're the public. We're the people that were never criminals, and we watch YouTube videos here and there, some more than others. And when we see them insulting someone like what your father went through, and berating it, and they're not even, the average person could see that they're not even in their pinky 1/1,000,000th of a man that individual was, and that the way he conducted himself was what men throughout history should do, and the way they conduct themselves is like bitches. I mean, I can't believe they don't even see that, and they get a false confidence based on every weirdo from England that's giving them a like in the chat room. And but the reality is they should know they're embarrassing themselves. If you're in a situation and you ratted and you're sorry, go to church, move on. But to peacock on YouTube and then bash people that are far greater men, you're only embarrassing yourself. Is the $2,000 a month you get really worth it? I mean, for some of them it is because they're losers, but in the end, they're not helping themselves at all. They're showing the world what's the worst in humanity. And I have hope for every one of them, that every one of them one day finds God and repents and finds redemption and realizes that the way they conducted themselves and the way they acted and what was in them was very wrong, and they change and become better people. But I don't seem to be seeing that on the internet. You know, MRE, in your study of people that became government informants and lied, have you come across anyone that's changed their life around and actually doesn't hurt anybody and actually lives a good, productive life and is actually sincerely sorry and tries to change himself?
No, I have not come across. I've come across just the peacock types. I'm sure there is a couple out there who probably did. You know, I just don't know of them. I just know the peacockers who come on YouTube and strut around like roosters trying to be guys that they never could be.
Well, I'm going to say one thing, and people got mad at me the other night. They think I'm defending him, which I would never defend him, but I will tell the truth. The only person that I have seen so far that to come on here and his exact the channel is called No Excuses, and that is Mikey Scars. Now he's gonna have a Patreon page, but from what he is saying, he's not doing it to bash anybody. He's not going to do what Gravano does. He's not going to do what A-Light does. He's not going to do what any of these guys do. He's not coming on to bash anybody. So if there's a smidgen of credit that I could give him, is that that's what he's doing, and he's not doing what the rest of these punk lying cowards are doing.
Yeah.
But listen, I don't want to give him props either. He tried to put my brother away 4 times, and he put my Uncle Angelo away. I'm not my Uncle Angelo, my Uncle Pete away, and he put 80 men away. So I'm not saying, oh, he's this fantastic.
You're just saying he's not attacking people. I get what you're saying.
Exactly.
Not attacking and
doing what they're doing.
What you're saying, Angel, is that he did something very dishonorable, but that he's not walking around about a peacock like the other one.
Thank you. That's exactly it. That's what I was trying to say. And the other night, everybody was like, "Oh, what are you giving him props for?" No, I'm not. I'm just trying to show you the difference between.
Well, you're just being truthful. He's the guy's not
Yes.
on here attacking
Yes.
people and making lies up. So you're just being truthful. Well, let's hope it stays that way.
Yeah, exactly. I hate to open up my mouth too soon, but from what I see, it doesn't seem like he is going in any other direction than the direction he claims he's going to be in. So whatever. And he did say that that he would never put my father down or any of the men that were in his life, because that's what at the time he truly believed in.
Well, Angel, to his credit, at least he knew them. And none of the other, I don't know one rat on YouTube other than Gravano that actually knew your father. I don't even know one that I'm serious. I don't know other than Gravano. Who else has actually known anyone?
Well, I was a hitman for 25 years for the family.
Oh, Elio cannot speak about him.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
So he's not going to comment on that.
Right.
He cannot speak about him.
Yeah, but we can speak other ones that are similarly situated.
But no, he's right. It's amazing. These people come out here and they try to fluff themselves up as bigger than they were, all this stuff, and tell these stupid stories and attack people and hash out their people who they don't like and bash them. I've seen the defendant come out here and trash people's wives, the whole nine. These people are the lowest life form on earth.
Or Eli. Eli sits and lies. The lies that come out of his mouth, it makes my head spin. Like, from hating my father 8 years ago to now he was my father's right-hand man. But then when you call him out and you say you're a liar, like that, you're a pathological liar. That's not true. You get called child molester. You get called McGilla Gorilla. He calls me. He goes after Dominic from Justice Tech Pros. You lied. Oh my God. What the hell is wrong with you? You know you're lying. So why are you then attacking the people that are calling you out on your lies? It's just baffling to me.
You know what it's like, and from an outside perspective, and this is from an outside from a non-street guy, just someone who seen some of the videos. Some of these guys, it's like, let's say there's the Korean War. They didn't go to the Korean War. They were on the outskirts of it. All of a sudden, 30 years later, they're on YouTube.
Stolen valor.
Not only are they saying they were in the Korean War, but they're making themselves the general's assistant while they're attacking the general's family.
Yes.
That happens all the time. Yep.
Yes, exactly.
I think if we combined every rat together and even the content creators, we put them all together, I would think that your father was more of a man than all of them combined in his pinky, and none of them can ever be on that level of accomplishment. I mean, when he was 45 years old, he had hundreds of people working with him, and he was a capable, smart man who conducted himself and like a gentleman, and he saved lives. How many of these people can say they actually saved a life? And none of them. I can't think of one instance of it. And for them to listen, I believe everyone can be successful in life, and if they want to recreate themselves on a YouTube channel, but why not talk about cooking or religion or politics? Yeah. Why make yourself something that you're not? And if you're gonna do that, make it like wrestling and tell the public that this is a shtick and it's a gimmick. Some of them actually believe their lies. All of them believe lies.
Yeah, they tell it all, and that's how it's very easy to catch them in it, because you go back to their previous videos and you play them and you show their inconsistencies and their two stories, and it just shows these guys are liars. It's all a big smoke and mirrors. to make money and grift off the internet, and for their ego, to fulfill their ego. Because you're right, they look in the mirror, they see the Mickey Mouse, they see the mouse, but coming on here boasting themselves up, they think that that there's something. It's amazing.
Exactly. Hi, Diamond Girl, and welcome. And she says, I am a new sub as I am just finding this part of YouTube and was furious at the rabid threatening grifter attacking women. I was gobsmacked. Gobsmacked? No honor over there. Thank you, Diamond Girl, and welcome.
Thank you.
Could you just hit the like button?
And whoever these content creators are, or rats that are attacking women.
Well, the content creators, I don't mean to cut you off for 1 second, Elio. The content creators are being used. What the informants are doing right now is they're throwing an arm around these content creators and using them as cat's paws to attack people. So they're cat's paws being used to attack the enemies of the stoolies.
Exactly.
Forget the fact that there may be consequences that could be civil or criminal. The reality of it is that nobody likes to see a man attack a woman. I mean, that's the darkest side of themselves. Why would they publicly do that? And
call them.
I don't know what they're thinking. Do they thinking they're going to get ratings or subs? Remember the rule.
I'm sorry.
For every weirdo in England that cheers you on, 100 to 1,000 people are creeped out by your actions. And everyone has the capability of being a better person. Everyone has the capability of changing themselves, and they should all consider doing that because they're not helping themselves. They're embarrassing themselves and their families.
That's what I said. You're embarrassing how could you not be worried about embarrassing your families when you
They don't care. They're narcissists. They don't care. And real quick, we actually do have a lot of good people from England and stuff that come on here and support us. Yes. But yes, there are people overseas that don't know about any of the stuff over here, and they're novice or whatever, and they believe anything these informants say.
Yeah,
I just use that as an example because one of the rats that made a lie about me, according to a lawsuit, and somebody from England made a chat and repeated it like he knew what he was talking about, and that's where that analogy comes from.
No, I know what you mean, but the people overseas. But I will say a lot of people overseas are smart and do catch on to this. But you're right, the majority of them are from overseas.
Well, I'm going to be doing an interview probably as soon as everything is okay with my daughter. I will be doing an interview, and that interview is going to be in a few countries and in of course, the United States all over. But I don't want to mention who it is just with right now. But it will be in other countries. So people who thought that certain people here were telling the truth are now going to find out that they are not telling the truth.
And a question I have is, a lot of these rats are guests on shows. Do these producers know they're being bamboozled by a liar? I've seen shows where people from the community where me and Angel grew up, and I'm sure it happens in the community where you grew up, MRE, are on being interviewed overseas or even in this country, and they're making up complete lies, and we know it's lies, but they're like fooling the public and the producer's even giving them money. Like, how can they allow themselves to be bamboozled like that?
Because it's all about what do they call it, clout, or they don't care. They know that they don't care if they're lying or not. It's just, let me get the views, let me get them on my channel. It's demented.
And that's the truth. That's the truth. I've had people admit that to me. I just want to thank everybody that we have 225 people here, and we have 193 likes. Thank you so
94.
much. 94. Thank you so much. And the Truth Hurt says, hit that like button and bring it to 200 likes.
Yeah, get us to 200 people. Help us out.
Yeah. Thank you so much. But I'm sorry to interrupt. Go ahead, Elio.
Yeah, that's all. And you know what I saw in the chats on some of these, the few times I looked, I in the beginning I was watching a lot of it, but I stopped like in the summertime last year, about a year ago. But some of them I saw that they were using like the fake names of crime victims that were from like Woodhaven or from Ozone Park as their handle. First off, you should use your real name unless you have a name that's a showbiz name or something like that. That's for a podcast, a nickname. That's fine. Or you have a name that identifies yourself. That's a nickname. But I just want to remind them that these are real people here, and that there's families of these victims, and it's not nice to use a crime victim's name. Then that individual is not a cartoon character. He's not something abstract. He is a real human being with a real family, with real children that was killed by a rat. And I don't think it's nice to use his name as a handle. And I've seen them do it for two particular victims of a rat, and they were using that name. And I thought that was very cold. And a lot of people on these chats knew that individual. I knew the families of both the individuals that were doing it by. They actually grew up they grew up in Woodhaven, which was very close to my house, which was Glendale. And somebody from out of state was doing it, thinking he's funny, but it's not funny. Those are real individuals. You have to be a little bit. You have to be somewhat respectful. You're making a cartoon out of real lives.
Yeah, they don't care. Look what they've just done to Angel's little brother and FBS's little son. They put filthy pictures of these little children on Instagram. That's really sick. What did these little boys do to anybody that deserved to be put up there like that? That's disgusting.
That's satanic. That
is. It really is satanic. Put little pictures of these little kids who's done nothing to nobody and put them up there. It's just disgusting.
It's so easy to find out who did it too.
We are.
Calm is a son of a bee, pal.
Yeah, because
can I say something as a lawyer?
Part of the lawsuit. The account that put these up is already included in the lawsuit.
I want to say something just in case some of these content creators, these meme creators, are watching. As an attorney for 19 years, I know that you can get anything from a private investigative firm for the right price. Anything. And that's one. And number two, attorneys have subpoena power and everything can be found on the internet. You're not as anonymous as you think you are.
Thank you. Exactly. I told people this all week long. Nobody's listening to me. I told them that. I told them before this crappy garbage came out about my little brother. I told everybody this. If you think that we're not subpoenaing Instagram or YouTube, you're out of your minds. Like, you think you're going to get away with this. You're not getting away with this. And if they think that we're not going to court, they're sadly mistaken. That's what the thing on here is. Oh, the whole lawsuit is, what they say, expired, Elio.
Which lawsuit is this?
The one with, what do you mean? I only have one lawsuit.
Oh, the one you have with that woman? No, it's not. It's not expired. First off, you can refile it any time. It's without prejudice. I haven't followed that, but I believe the 120 with good cause gets extended. Number one, if there was no service.
Yes,
but I believe I heard through rumors. Yes. I heard through attorney rumors that there was service and that the case is defaulted. So that case is defaulted.
Right, but what I'm trying to say is that when you said the lawsuit with that woman, the woman is my attorney.
Correct. The woman's the attorney, and she's suing like a rat. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that case was defaulted. Number one. Number two, it can always be refiled. So nothing's ever fatal in the law. Listen, in New York State, nothing's ever fatal unless it's resolved on its merits. If there was no service or someone didn't show up to court, it can always be restored. Right. We're very liberal in New York State when it comes to that. So that case is just a baby from what I heard through rumors, through attorneys, and I think.
And now it's about to get a lot bigger. I can tell you that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if these. Let me explain. In New York State, a judgment lasts for 20 years, and then in New York State, we have full faith and credit with all 50 states. So other states will recognize our judgments. With those judgments, you can garnish wages, you can freeze bank accounts, you can seize cars, you can put liens up against houses. Just because some of these individuals are bums and losers now, they may turn their lives around and decide they want to be productive members of society, and they're not going to want these judgments up against them. You know,
Exactly.
yeah, I've seen situations where, you know, it. So I knew an individual who was 40 years old, and he didn't care. He had no judgments. He was causing mayhem. All of a sudden, he fell in love with a woman who helped straighten out his life. He got a job, and all of a sudden, he was a new man. And then all of a sudden, one day he was hanging out, and he called me up. He says, "All my bank accounts are frozen." And it was from a judgment that was like 12 years old, and they went and froze all his bank accounts. So you can't run. You can't be judgment proof. There's actually ways where you can sue an individual, do a post judgment deposition and find out where the assets are. You can subpoena their family members, including mothers, including wives, including co-workers, and you can subpoena bank records. So it's not good to have it's not. Don't think that you're judgment proof. Anyone, do not be careful what you're doing on the internet, because you can get a judgment. And if you think that you're judgment proof, you're not. And yeah, and listen, everyone changes. Just because you're a loser today, and I don't call human beings losers unless they're rats or disgusting content creators on the web. So I hate to use that word. So I'll say it a lot nicer. If you're an individual that hasn't lived up to your potential at this moment, you may change your life around one day, and you may want to have a family. Just know there's going to be consequences if you hurt people on the web, and they can last with you for the rest of their life. And is it really worth it? Are you making any money from this? Is it really worth hurting other human beings? Is it really worth, turning yourself into the worst form of humanity? It's not worth it. And they should all reconsider the way they're conducting themselves and watch their angers and their ego. Stop bashing people on the web, and then somebody says something else back to you, and then all of a sudden you make it like the world is falling in a very narcissistic, psychotic way. You have a whole show where you attack somebody. It's not worth it. You're going to control your anger and try to make peace. Why can't everyone share the world together?
Exactly.
I'm talking about the content creators. The rats, get the fuck out. Nobody wants to share the world with you. But there are content creators that aren't rats, that are falling into this game, and they're going after people, and they should be.
They're being used as cat's paws.
Yeah, but let me ask you this. What do you think of this? Of somebody threatened Angel that if anyone, meaning anyone over here on this side, says anything about his family, he will basically take it out on me.
Well, there's a flip side. There's also a flip side to that.
He's threatening to go after a husband, my husband, who has Parkinson's, who's sick, who's very sick with Parkinson's. They're threatening to go after him. What is that, Elio?
There's a flip side to that. I'll just say that.
Listen, you're Joe DiMaggio in the Mob World's daughter. That's why they're singling you out. I remember Lee Cole called you the Queen Bee, which was ridiculous. Listen, everyone in MobTube, the white hats and the black hats, have all have contact with each other. Some of them have known each other. Some of them have texted each other. To scapegoat someone else for the conduct of someone else it's silly. It's ridiculous. It's not just. It's wrong, and it's actually going to end up blowing up in your face.
I would rather be.
And like I said, there's a flip side to that. What you give, you shall receive. Leave that lady alone. Leave her husband alone. Because, like I said, what you give, you shall receive. And I don't care. You could pull all my family up to touch. I don't care about that, and none of them do. But you also, like I said, there's a flip side, so watch out.
Well, I would rather be called Queen Bee by Lee Cole than the C word by a degenerate.
Listen, Angel, listen, between me and Gerard, we have a few hundred cases that are open, and suing somebody for lots of money is a lot more severe than bashing someone on the internet in terms of how the impact it has in the world.
Okay.
Can you imagine if my client said, "You're friends with Angel, and I'm going to blame Angel for this lawsuit that you did in the Bronx"? Do they realize how illogical? It's almost like whoever's doing this, Angel, it's almost like they have a weird obsession with your name. And
they want to keep bringing her up to get views, all that stuff. It's ridiculous. Like I said, what you give, you shall receive. Remember that.
The king of the rat genre, we won't mention his name, the one who started it all, the pioneer of all this ratness. Well, I don't even know if he's still in it. His whole MO was associate everything with Gotti. That person's Gotti. This person's Gotti. People that never met a Gotti and never didn't even know your family, Angel. They were associating people. He would associate everyone that
Exactly.
criticized him with your brother, with your
Exactly.
father. If a 25-year-old criticized him, he'd say, "Oh, John Gotti sent him." Your father hasn't been around since 2002. I mean, it is like the most ridiculous thing, and they know it's not true. But let me explain. This individual knew it wasn't true because he just wanted the attention. But he was such a sick fucking animal that he started believing his own lies, and that came from his family members. He would
Yeah,
believe his own lies. So yeah,
exactly.
you got a lot of mentally unstable, unhinged individuals here.
Yes, exactly. 100%. You're right. And please,
And it's not fair, Angel, if anyone attack people are going to talk and to hold you responsible for the for
The
what
actions of somebody else is ridiculous. Is
and
it
you're
is.
ridiculous.
not going to blackmail me or hold me hostage or threaten me that you're going to go after me because of what somebody else says. Who the hell do you think you are? Like, who do you think you are?
Take it out on the person who said it.
Taking my kindness for weakness. This is 3 months now. 3 months of this, and you know what? And I'm telling you, I'm going to get my breaking point, and then I'm going to start. I'm going to start filing a lawsuit. I'm going to start with the stalking and the other crap. I'm going to do it. I'm telling you right now. Don't threaten me again. That's all.
Angel, can I say something private? I'm going to say something private about you and your family. Did I know you have 25 lawyers around you? I
No,
don't
I
know that.
try to tell them that too, and they're friends. They're friends. They're not going to take me for my houses and my cars. They're
Forget,
friends. They're
forget
glad to do this just for the recognition. You morons.
forget Elio, Forcina, and Gerard Maroney, guys from the neighborhood, right? Did they realize like the top attorneys in New York City you know personally and your family knows and will sue anybody for you? I don't think they
Exactly.
really.
I'm sorry, Elio. Exactly.
Yeah, I don't realize I don't see the logic in all that. I don't really see what it's worth. You know, there was one content creator that was, I'm not going to say his name, but he seemed like he was like one of the few that had his act together in terms of he had a family, he had a home, and he had a lot to lose, and he was smart, and he decided that he wasn't going to bash anyone or hurt anybody, even though he does a show that I don't believe is a white hat show. I believe it's a black hat show. But I think they should follow what he's doing and not forget the morality. If you don't want to be moral, if you don't want to be spiritual, if you want to hurt a woman, but if you're a narcissist, look at it from this perspective, you're gonna get a judgment against you. It's not if, it's when.
It's
And
when.
it's not in your best interest. If you don't care about yourself, think of your family. Think of the people that do love you in your world off the internet. It's not all this stuff is not worth it. The rate whatever ratings they think they're getting is definitely not worth it because it's going to be a bad legal ending for a lot of people, you know. But they shouldn't even look at that aspect of it. They should look at it from the spiritual morality aspect of it, an aspect of ethics and conducting yourself as a man. Like I'm so proud that my father he owned a restaurant and he sang and everyone loved him when he died. And thousands of people came to his funeral. Well, not thousands, hundreds, about over 1,000. And I'm proud that I was his son. What about individuals that see these rats and content creators attack people on the internet? You hurt your child, they get embarrassed. You know, when your children are adult and they see the way some of you guys and women are conducting themselves on the show, and then their friends, are going to see it. They're going to be
That's
like, "What the
what
hell is
I
this?"
this is what I tried to explain, like, I don't know, a few months ago. Like, like people tease me, oh, Angel doesn't curse and this. No, because I try not to, because when my grandchildren get a little older, do you think I want my grandsons to come on the internet and see, oh, look, there's my grandma, and they open it up to listen and they hear me talking like a truck driver? You think I want my grandsons or my brothers or my son to see me acting like a man? Like, I don't ever want them to see that.
Well, I know you and MRE and conduct yourselves in a way where you guys can be proud because you guys go after injustice and call out public corruption. And some of these other content creators and rats are just attacking innocent people, and it's wrong, and it's making themselves look bad. It really is.
Yeah, I don't come on here, and I tell everybody this from day one. I didn't start this channel so that I could come on here and fight with people and call people dirty names and be called dirty names. I started this because I was defending my family against these lying rats, these lying informants, rats, whatever you want to call them. That's why I started this. So now all of a sudden I'm defending myself against content creators who, just because I stand proudly with MRE, they're going to attack me every day for 3 months. That's my only crime. That's all I've done is I've stand next to MRE and refused to what's the word? Walk away from him, whatever. And that's my only crime. And for that, you call me the C word. You threaten me. You're going to pull up at my house in your car. Who the hell do you think you are?
Listen, there was a rat. I won't name his name, but he, when he was on the streets doing low-level stuff outside of organized crime, because he was never a member of it. He was always out in the fringes. When he was like in his 30s and 40s, he recruited like 20-year-old kids and got them in drugs. Some of them into murders, and there were young, vulnerable, borderline children that he recruited. You see this going on the internet where rats are recruiting people that are content creators, not on the streets, not even from New York, and influencing them to do very bad things, talking to them on the phone, sending them money, and I can't believe they're falling for it. If you need a leader, I don't know, read the Bible, go to church. Do not follow a rat, Don't follow a rat from Brooklyn. Don't follow one from Jersey. Do not follow one from Ozone Park. These guys, they're
Providence. Don't follow one from Providence.
Don't follow a rat from Providence, Boston, wherever. Do not follow these individuals. They're going to lead you down the wrong path. And you can see people end up, conducting themselves in actions after somebody's cheerleading them on the phone. And that rat doesn't care about you. He's not your friend.
Nope.
If
he uses them as a cat's paw. They use them to do their bidding. They'll go on other channels. My life's been threatened many times, and the guy who does it goes on other channels and threatens to stab me, have me beat, all this stuff, and then he goes on his channel and acts like a little angel.
Exactly. And now these people don't realize that phone records are going to be subpoenaed. Instagram accounts will be subpoenaed. YouTube accounts will be Twitter. MRE and I don't have each other's phone number, so you're going to subpoena my records. You're going to see that I never spoke to MRE on the telephone.
That's the truth. Never had.
They don't have the money to subpoena your records.
Oh, all right. Well,
Angel, you have the money to subpoena theirs. They don't have the money to subpoena yours.
And she never knew who I was and never wanted to know. Remember when you would leave comments in my chat saying, and people would be like, "Do you know this person?" You're like, "I would never want to know who he is."
I said it the day that they outed you. I was devastated because it was like the whole mystique of it was gone.
All they did was help me, though.
I wanted to know who you are. I told you from day one, I don't want to know who you are. I don't want to know what you look like, what your name is, where you live. I didn't even want to know what state you lived in. Nothing. I wanted to know nothing about you.
Yeah,
but they ruined that for me too.
But all they did was make me stronger, actually.
Yes, exactly.
Angel, there's some of them, and this has been going on for many years. They want to get sued by a Gotti because they think it's going to help their podcast or their whatever show they have. If you think that's going to help your show and that's your business model, you should get another vocation.
Well, that's what I was going to say. You think you're going to make money from your show? You're going to have to give it to me. You're going to end up working for me anyway.
I think a lot of these people, like the cat's paws, I think that a lot of them are sick in the head, a little shockwad, groupies, they look up to these informants. They glorify rats, and they think they finally made it to the big boy table. It's weird. It blows my mind. At the same time, they have big-time mafia groupies, which is very weird to me. And they worship these informants, and they're the cat's paws.
I don't know if they realize how cunning and charismatic someone like Gravano can be one on one. These rats will talk to these people that are not in organized crime, these content creators that want to make a name for themselves. I'm not saying Gravano did this, but I used him as an example of someone who's cunning and charismatic, and they can one on one manipulate them to do anything, and then these individuals do it, getting shit on, and then in the end they're only hurting themselves and embarrassing themselves and actually lowering their record of their moral conduct, which will lead to potential judgments, freezing of bank accounts, lost assets, and judgments that hurt you and hurt them and their family. So be careful of the devil. Be careful of these magnetic rats, and there's a few of them that for some reason are very attractive to talk to for some of these content creators. Be careful. And just stay away and be very careful. If you're a kid from out of state and you idolize the mob, and this talking to a rat makes you get a rush or something because you're talking to someone who you think was in that world, I'm telling you that you're going to end up with a judgment, a money judgment, and they're going to end up bringing out the worst in you and making you do things that you're going to be embarrassed of. They all do it. There's examples of people having a good show. All of a sudden, they becomes friends with a rat, and all of a sudden, the show goes downhill. And that's happened at least a dozen times that we know of, that where their show started off okay, and it started off on a positive note, and then all of a sudden they ruined it by being influenced. They think all of a sudden they got secret information or whatever, or they wanted the friendship. Yeah, and these rats, they prey. They'll prey
Yeah,
on
they
you.
do. They prey on them, yes, because like I said, they use them as cat's paws to attack people they don't like, to put information, or to go on there and to scream crazy things. It's amazing, amazing.
Well, I see from the chat that Tony Pizza is upset about something that I said. I don't know what I said that upset him, but um, and he's gonna trash me. I don't. You know
Who
what? I
cares?
give up on here. I really do. I didn't think that I said anything to insult him, but
Listen, any of these people get
I'm not
butthurt
even
over
sick of
something.
people going
If it's even
after me.
him, if it's even really him, but if not, if you get butthurt over something, va fango. Like,
Yeah,
honestly,
whatever.
yeah, who cares?
Yeah, I never even heard of Tony Pizza. That's how out of it I am. And I kind of know all a lot of the big troublemakers from the beginning.
Well,
So
I
that's
will
how
tell
fast
you
this is
this.
changing, huh?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you this about him. They all have something to say about him, but he had more integrity than all of them put together because he's the one who had these memes. He's the one who saw every one of them, and he wouldn't put them up. He would not put up the memes about my brother Frankie. He would not put up the memes about me. He would not put up the ones about my brother John either. So everybody else can kiss my rear end, and you don't like that I gave him some kind of prop, it's too damn bad. I did because he has more integrity than all of you put together. But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Whoever put those memes up, they can be traced
And it's
through the right
going to be
mechanism.
exactly. It's going to be. This is what they don't understand. And even if you delete it, it's still going to be. It's still going to be traced.
Yep.
Even,
He's
even
still
if you email it to a friend in Russia, it can still be traced.
exactly.
A private investigator can see what foreign governments are doing. I don't think they realize how easy it is with the right means and to find out anything on the web. That's why when they conduct themselves, they should make the assumption that there's no secrets. Use their name and know it's coming from them, and do not try, because everything can be found out easy. I'm gonna tell you, it is so easy to find out anything. Um, with a private investigator or with subpoenas or using the court system.
Exactly. I don't know how many times you have to say it, but evidently a few. But I've been saying it, and I guess they were laughing at me. But now here's, excuse me, here's an attorney who's saying it, and I wouldn't laugh at it because if these people they keep taking my kindness for weakness, and it's a it when I reach my breaking point, and which I've done a few times on here, because you went after my kid, number one, my kids, and number two, you went after my 12-year-old deceased brother. And that's it as far as I'm concerned. That's it.
I don't know how much life experience a lot of them have, well, experience in the courts, but it's not fun to be served a lawsuit. It's not fun to have to worry about it. It's not fun to get a money judgment that won't go away for 20 years. It's not worth it. And they should listen. In life, you're going to end up with lawsuits if you're important, like Trump. If you're in business, so end up in lawsuits for something good because you were a player in life, because something happened with business where misunderstandings that's incidental to that industry. Do not end up in court for something stupid like hurting someone over the internet. It is the most ridiculous and saddest way to get a judgment. It really is. Do not fall into that trap. Go into a vocation where you don't have to worry about that, because what they're doing is putting up really horrific things about somebody and then getting a 20-year judgment. They're all going to regret what they did in terms of anyone that's right in the mind would say, do not make fun of someone's child like that. And they're going to feel bad about it, even if they thought impulsively, or whether they did it when they were on drugs, or whether they did it laughing at this moment in time, or they thought they were getting revenge for some slight or whatever. Then it's not going to be funny. They're going to forget about it in 2 months, but that judgment's going to last forever. And they should really think clearly about it.
And what they put on YouTube is always going to stay here. So threatening women, all this crazy stuff, this is always going to be here. These people are real stunats.
And even if you delete your YouTube stream, YouTube still has it, and so it can always be subpoenaed.
100% correct.
Exactly. And Truth Hurt says, bring the likes to 250, please. But go ahead, Elio. I'm sorry.
I don't have much more to say about on that topic.
Yeah.
So showing everybody's texting. Yeah, he's
what do I care?
He's in.
What do I care? I don't even care. Whatever. Like, whatever. Show whatever you want. I don't care. Make sure you show the good ones too, where make sure you show the good ones too, where you kept asking why isn't the defendant in jail?
One other thing I want to say to the rats that are listening: stop calling other people rats if they take you to court, because even though you are never on the streets, it is respected and highly esteemed to impeach you when you try to put people in prison and to hurt people. And you probably don't understand that. And but you deserve no respect. You deserve no honor. And you deserve no decency if you're an informant who bashes people on the internet. I'm going to say that again. And anything legally necessary is open field and is highly regarded and highly respected by any plaintiff who brings it. Now, I'm an attorney, so I don't hold myself to any standard in terms of like street standard, but I understand that you guys go after plaintiffs and say, oh, you're a rat if you do that, if you get a lawyer involved. No, our job is to impeach you because there are hundreds of 302s you did and you lied about, and it's our job to stop you from continuing to hurt people.
Exactly.
And 100%.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what they do, though. They love doing that. That's why they make these. I don't know. I think they get off on it, but maybe they don't think it through, and that's why people like the defendant are literally going to be dragged in court.
And you know how you know they're lightweights, MRE? It took them many months to dox you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. It took.
I'm not showing off, but I could have found out who you were in 2 days. And anyone else could have could have found out who you were in 2 days. But these lightweights took them a year to find out, and one person discovered it, and probably through an FBI handler of of
Oh
somebody.
yeah. And in the meantime, you know how many people from my city and my friends watch this stuff and stuff like that. They couldn't find me for the longest time, and when they did find me, I always knew from the day I started my channel that it would end with them know who I was, and I wanted that too. I wanted them to find out who I was. I wanted to be able to film my neighborhood, go to the festivals, and all stuff like that. I wanted to be able to do that. So they did nothing but help my channel and help me. So thank you very much, dummies. And I'm still going to be here. They thought they were going to find out who I was. I was going to tuck tail and run. That's not going to
Exactly.
happen. Never going to happen. And all they
Exactly.
did was help and get me more stuff. My channel's been nothing but growing. And like I said, I'm now I can go to my local neighborhood Italian festivals and stream them, do all kinds of things. I just wasn't going to give it to them myself. A few times I thought about, I should just go on and say who I am, whatever. And people are like, nah, just wait. And I says, yeah, I want to wait for some big informant to put that out there, so I can always have under my belt. Look, I tortured these people so bad, but they had to literally pay to find me, and that's what they did. They had to spend money to find me. Nobody from my area gave me up like they claimed. They showed something. The people didn't even spell Johnston right.
Yeah, exactly.
Ridiculous. What's up,
Well,
Kev? I Peter Frenchman.
Hello, Kevin. Elio, I think you met Kevin, right?
not sure.
I think
Kevin's
you've
good
met,
people.
yeah, I think you've met him at the fights.
Oh, pleasure to meet you, Kevin.
Yeah,
Have I met you before?
yeah.
And his uncle's got a great book out there. What Price Providence? Good book.
Oh, nice. Oh, I had that book.
Oh,
Oh,
you
yeah.
did?
I have it
Yes,
too.
I did.
Yeah.
And Maria, I got to tell you, when I first heard your show, and I watched it a lot in the beginning, and I just, whenever I watch a show, I go to either you or Angel. But I want to say that I knew right off the bat you were from Providence. I think
Oh
everyone knew.
yeah, the accent, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't. And you used to tell me that, and I would say no. I thought,
Yeah.
truthfully, I thought Boston.
Okay.
No.
You know what I thought I was funny as a lawyer. People were saying that you're an agent of Angel. Meanwhile, Angel didn't even know who you were, and she was trying to figure it out for the longest
Had
time.
no clue. Had no clue who I was.
Oh, she had no idea who you were.
Yeah.
No, I seriously thought that he was from Boston. And I thought he was a lot older than what he is.
Yeah, I'm only 26. No, I'm 43.
No, because he knew all the TV shows that I watched. He knew, and I'm like, he's got to be like. I knew you weren't as old as I was, but I said you had to be in that area because you knew all these shows. Like, how would
That's
he
Nick
know
at
these
Night.
shows? I
Nick
know,
at Night.
I know.
And I love old stuff, and I used to watch all the old movies and TV shows with my family. So I love all the old stuff. I'm an old soul.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it was a pleasure to talk about you. I think I'm going to sign off now, Angel, if that's okay.
Yes, that's great. Thank you so much, Elio, for coming
Thank you.
on. Seriously.
And thank you, MRA.
It's always a pleasure. God bless you. God bless you and your family.
MRA, if you ever
Sorry
need any
before.
help, you text Angel. You can give you my number. Anything I can do to help you will be my pleasure.
Thank you very kindly. God bless
I
you.
I know you do God's work, and if you ever need an attorney in the Southern or Eastern District, I am here for you. Okay.
All right. Thank you very kindly. I appreciate that.
You have a lot of friends and fans in New York City. I want to tell you that.
Send my love to them.
Okay. Well, thank you. All right. Take care, everybody.
Thank you, Elio. Thank you so much.
Okay. All right. Bye.
God bless.
Bye.
Thank you. God bless.
He's a class act, that guy. What a good guy.
Yeah, I didn't even have to boot him. He booted himself quick.
He didn't get to kick him in the ribs like he kicked me in the ribs.
Yeah, and I feel really
Igor
bad.
always gets the kick.
I feel really bad because I just got a text message saying that a certain content creator was now going to go after him.
Oh my god, these people are so stupid,
Uh,
ridiculous, childish, and like I said, there's a flip
Yeah.
coin to all your little mean girl threats. There's a flip coin to that.
yeah,
So,
and I feel really sorry for him if he does do that. And for some reason, even though we said about my lawsuit, is still, he's still insisting that I don't have a lawsuit, even though he just heard that I do. So I don't know. Keep making my lawsuit better and better. You're doing me a favor, actually. You're doing me a big favor.
Yeah,
But
what a gobble. These people are
yeah,
not too
double
sharp.
O. Well, I like I said, I'll email it. Not email. I will text him the proof of the page and where it's at and what's on this page. I didn't put it up on here because there is a really disgusting meme about him and his stepson on it.
Well, they shouldn't have put that little kid. That was
And
disgusting.
now they shouldn't
Your
have, but
brother,
you're talking
they,
about degenerates, degenerates.
they should.
So,
Yep.
FBS, I'll send you the meme of you and your stepson, okay?
Yeah, and these are the people that you were buddies with. They should have. They
Yeah,
should leave that little kid alone and leave your brother alone. God rest his
that's
soul.
people in your camp over there. The people in your camp.
Yeah.
Um,
See over here, we got something called integrity, Piggy. Okay. And
yeah.
don't blame anybody else for what I do, Piggy. These
Uh,
people are morons. And like I told you, Piggy, there's a flip side to that. So if you love your loved ones, there's a flip side to it.
well,
Moron.
do you want to stick around so I can play the JTP episode, or do you have to go and I'm gonna play it?
I gotta go at 11. Not right now. It's only 10.
Oh, all right. So we have time. Could we? You want to hear the? Did you listen to it? I don't know if everybody in the chat listened to Justice.
I not only listened to it, I was dancing to it, break dancing, the whole nine, tango.
It was really good. And let me tell you something. I want to tell everybody on here something. I want to listen. The reason why I stick by MRE like the way that I do is because MRE and Dominic both came out with really, really upset over what I showed yesterday. And MRE, you came out and you reacted the way that you did. You did your show last night, and Dominic came out and he did his. And that's why I love the both of them. I don't give a crap who likes it and who doesn't. That's what real men do. They protect their or
It was disgusting. Even with I don't like Piggy, but what they did to his son was disgusting
yes,
too.
exactly.
That was disgusting. That little boy has nothing to do with this. Leave that little kid alone, and leave her deceased brother alone. You people are a bunch of atheist freaks who don't believe in God. Let me tell you, God has a funny sense of humor, and calm as a son of a bee.
Yeah,
These people are disgusting.
exactly.
Exactly.
And please hit that like button. And I'm gonna show because I don't know if everybody saw it or not, but yeah, all right, Joe. I'm gonna, let's listen to how what Justice Tech Pros said about the events of yesterday. So hold on one second. Let me get this comment off the screen. And then it's like about 25 minutes long, but it's so worth it. Hold on. Okay. Oh, I should mute myself. Hold on. I'm going to mute myself first.
To defendants and counsel. What you're about to hear is an open dialogue, opening the minds to the public to what takes place in reality, as opposed to what you think takes place. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Justice Tech Pros podcast. Here's your host, Dominic Crea.
Hello, listeners. Hope everybody enjoyed their day today. I'm doing a little late night impromptu episode. I had no plans of doing an episode, but I saw something today, recently, that was quite disturbing to me. And I wanted to see how I could cover it and make it an episode where it could be just something for the audience to think about and something for the audience to be aware of.
That's real low.
A little bit. It's quite disturbing. So I just want to warn everybody, if you want to call it like a disclaimer.
Yeah, he talks very low.
There's some disturbing images. And I'm going to explain what I'm showing, and I'm going to get into why I'm showing it. And this episode's really going to be about how far can these lying informants go? And that's really what it's all about. It's about how far can the degeneracy go? I've pointed out and I've seen personally so many lie at the expense of others, put innocent people away based on lies because they don't want to be accountable for their own wrongdoings. This is another level of hitting rock bottom, what I'm going to show you and what I'm going to talk about. I don't like to get personal where I talk about I talk about names and things of that nature. I'm going to keep it as general as I can, especially because the majority of my listeners and subscribers aren't really familiar with different genres and what goes on and what people do in different genres. So I try to appeal to the public each and every time as if they're trying to understand something from scratch, trying to understand the chain of events so they have a clear picture of what I'm trying to convey. And today, what I'm trying to convey is the point that, as we know, and I've spoken about, and was one of the reasons for the We Push Back movement, there has been an influx of lying informants on YouTube podcasts and also other podcasts, really making the tour of fame, I like to call it, where they try to get famous by doing all these different shows, doing all these different interviews, going on as many shows,
Angel.
making themselves look like the craziest, toughest person in the world, and everybody
Yes.
else is a loser.
All right, Lee, don't mute yourself so
And
they can hear
to
it.
follow up with that, as if that wasn't bad enough, now you have an instance which I'm going to show you what some of the family members of the defendants go through. What I'm going to show you today is an example of how low these lying informants will go. Now, this specific example, this is not the first time this lying informant has acted in this manner. From what I understand, he is being sued by an individual for things of this nature, for putting up memes. I generate a lot of memes on social media, including Instagram, painting this person in a horrible light, slandering them, attacking them. So they're in litigation for that. I don't know the details. It's not my business, but that's pretty much the basis of it. There was an existing issue where a lying informant was pretty much tormenting somebody, and that person had enough and decided to take it the legal route to get some justice in that way, and just to really hold people accountable. Now, what I'm going to show you today is some more memes have been put up on social media, on Instagram, and these memes have reached a new level of low. There's really any words that I can use on here to describe it. I have a lot of colorful language I'd like to use to describe it, to describe these people, but I don't want to do that on here. I try to keep things as clean as I can, language-wise, and that's just my style. Trust me, I can curse like the best of them in my private life and with my friends. I'm sure I drop some colorful language on here. I try to keep that out. With that said, again, I'm going to warn you, what I'm going to show you is very disturbing. As a father, it's extremely disturbing. As a human being, anybody with a conscience would find this disturbing. What this is I'm going to show you 4 horrible images, okay, and I'm going to explain the context of it. What we have here is on Instagram, you have a page called Mob Rats Revenge 2. What they decided to do on this page
Disgusting.
is take somebody's brother who was deceased tragically. This poor little boy lost his life. He was 12 years old in a tragic bike accident. He was on a bike and he got hit by a car and lost his life. I can't think of anything more horrific. My heart goes out to the family, always. And so what this degenerate decided to do, this lying informant decided to take this person and put memes together using their images. They decided to take this little boy, put his face, I blocked all that out because I don't believe in showing the faces or the names. But I'm going to start with this image. I blocked this. The boy's face was here. The boy who was unfortunately deceased, and I put the deceased child's picture. This is the brother of the individual I was talking about that's currently in litigation suing a lying informant for similar means. This is that same individual. This is their brother, and this is what they're doing to torment the families. Now, this lady's mom has to see this image. Now, remember, what does this lady do to warrant this? Well, she decided to not deal with having her family lied upon. She decided to start a platform. She's also a member of We Push Back. She has her own podcast, her own platform, and she decided to use that platform to call out the lies and stick up for her family. So I guess these lying informants are sort of offended by that because they were the only ones who were allowed to be on YouTube. They were the only ones allowed to bash family members, abuse family, abuse defendants, abuse anybody they want, make up lies about defendants, make themselves look in the best light, and make everybody else look like a piece of garbage. They're allowed to do that. Now, for the defendant's family member or somebody who cares about them or the defense team wants to speak up about it and say, no, you're lying about this, you're lying about that, and kind of offer another side to those things, this is what they're subjected to. Okay, so now this lying informant decided they don't like this person talking, they don't like this person calling out lies or talking about them, whatever it may be. The same way now, remember, they've been on podcasts for years, bashing people, playing tough guys, playing paper gangsters, crazy, they'll kill everybody, all their war stories, right? For years, episode after episode. I've yet to find an episode where they don't abuse somebody in one way or another, whether it's a defendant or a friend of the defendant or family member. So they're allowed to do that. Somebody comes out and wants to defend their family, wants to talk about their story, talk about what they know to be true, give their side of things, and this is what they're subjected to. So now you have this poor deceased child, and as I said, he tragically died on a motorbike. So what do these lowlifes do? They put him on a meme on a motorbike. They put his name here. It says his name takes a ride, and then they show the aftermath in a disgusting, repulsive way. There's blood on the floor. There's the tape. I mean, it's even horrible to even describe. I even don't even like describing it. I feel weird even describing it, to be honest with you. And it almost makes me second guess if I should even cover this. But I feel it's so important, and I feel the way I'm doing it, I'm going to be as respectful as possible. I'm blocking out names, I'm blocking out faces. So I think I'm going to do it justice. And I think I'm doing the right thing. It feels right. I hope I'm doing the right thing. I think it's very important for the public to see what goes on, what family members have to endure, even after their loved one is put away and is in jail. And now we have another image. And here they put this poor little boy's face again. I blocked it out. They have somebody driving. I don't know who that was. His name went here, and it said, this person goes for a ride. So what are they insinuating, right? Degenerate lowlife. Now over here, you have the actual, this is, the defendant, there was a defendant, a high-profile defendant. This is their daughter, and they decided to take the daughter, put her in this image. I took her face out, of course. They're obviously showing that this person is a junkie, shooting up heroin or whatever. They're in like what looks like a crack den, just really trying to abuse and torment this person. And I put defendant's daughter because this person is unfortunately, their father was involved in high-profile cases and went away to jail and passed away while serving time. And so they took this defendant's daughter and they put her in there. And a lot of the times I feel they do that. If a defendant has a big name, they'll try to attach themselves to that name, all for likes and subs and all that nonsense. So I noticed they try to torment certain family members where they think they could get the most views and the most likes. But all of that's irrelevant, people, on who it is, who the person is. You have to look at these things from a human perspective, from a potential juror perspective. Now, I know when you go into court, you see these informants all dressed up, talking very polite, being very humble, and they were very prepared for that appearance and for that performance. But a lot of jurors will buy into it and they'll think they're being told an honest account of events. Well, not only, as I've proven time and again on all of my episodes, do these informants lie, but when they're done with that, when they're done with their charade in the courtroom, they move on to their second phase of life. And in that second phase of life, it includes trying to make money off of other people's names, trying to make money off of lies, trying to make money off of this fake persona that they try to impose onto people to have people believe they were tough, they were crazy, they were a man's man, all the BS. When the bottom line is they're just low life, lying informants, don't have a backbone, didn't have a backbone, could not be self-accountable, and just wanted somebody else to take.
Can you pause that for 1 second?
Misdeeds. So
people out there, if you can go friend this page and report it, do it. Right? Report this page. It's a disgusting page.
Oh, what happened?
I think you skipped over it on accident.
Oh, okay.
Exploring the criminal
justice
justice
what was
system
I up to?
I think 11, or maybe 12.
Other people's names.
Yes.
Yeah.
What was it? Oh, okay, I got it.
Sometimes you can hit that other arrow on accident. It happens to me.
Yeah, that's what I did. Okay, so what are you talking about now? Oh, to report that page?
Yeah, if anybody's on Instagram, send them some friend requests, become their buddy, then report the hell out of that page. These people are scum of the earth.
Okay.
Putting all these kids, putting FBI's child up there, putting her little brother up there. These people are scumbags, putting children on there. Scumbags.
Lies, trying to make money off of this fake persona that they try to impose onto people to have people believe they were tough, they were crazy, they were a man's man, all the BS. On the bottom line is they're just low life, lying informants, don't have a backbone, didn't have a backbone, could not be self-accountable, and just wanted somebody else to take the blame for their own misdeeds. So they decide to create a Instagram page, right? And put up all these disgusting, degenerate images. And even more surprising is they get followers. They have people equally as vile following them, liking the pages, subscribing to them. I don't know how many followers this page has. I didn't even look at it. I don't want to see it. I don't even know if it's public or private. I don't want to know anything about it. But just the mere fact that it exists and there are people following it, and I'd imagine lowlifes liking these images, it goes to show the type of evil that's out there, folks. And we're not talking about a judgment call here. If you have any type of conscience, this is degenerate evil stuff. Okay? And I noticed in this image, in this picture, they had two little boys. Now, I don't know who this little boy is, but I could tell by the image it's a real picture. It wasn't part of like the original meme. I could tell they put a picture on, so that tells me it's somebody else's kid. So that's why I blocked it out as well. I was not going to have any faces on here. So again, I feel terrible for whoever's parents of this little boy are, because again, tragic. Why are they in here? Why'd they get stuffed into this meme? And it's horrible. So let me walk you through this one. This one again has the boy's name, who tragically died on that accident. This was his image here. They have his name, and it says, "He takes his last ride." Okay, right there.
Dirty motherfucker.
What a degenerate piece of garbage statement, right? And it says, "And you're next." And it had another boy's name here, which I'm assuming is this little boy again. I don't know who he is.
Yeah, that's FBS's kid. These scumbags.
Father and mother. That's all I can say. I don't have words for something this low. That's just terrible. This is on a whole nother level. I don't care who the parents are. Nobody deserves to have their kid thrown into this publicly on an Instagram page. And then this image is this little boy's grandfather, who is the defendant I was talking about, the high-profile defendant. They put his image. So this gentleman lost his grandson. He's no longer with us, but they're using his image, his grandson's image, to mock basically the day this poor kid lost his life. Now think about that, folks. There's family at play. There's real human beings at play here. You have a grandmother who has to look at this. You have uncles who have to look at this. You have family friends who have to look at this. So not only do they have to be haunted every day of their life based on this tragedy, because something like this never leaves a family. Never goes away. Especially for the mother, never goes away, this type of pain. The siblings, I mean, just doesn't disappear. So not only do they have to live with that pain, now they have to be subjected to somebody mocking their pain, making fun of their loved one, 12-year-old little innocent boy, making fun of them. And again, whoever degenerate is, they insert 2 little boys. So just think about that. How can you have the conscience to actually make a meme like this? I don't care how much you hate somebody. Listen, there's a lot of lying informants on here that there's no love lost on my end, and I feel about them pretty much the same way they feel about me. I would never stoop to this level. That's not even inside me. That kind of thought would never even cross my mind. Their family has nothing to do with this. I would never put their family in harm's way. It has nothing to do with them. Nothing at all to do with them. My issues happen to be with the individuals, and that's who I deal with. So think about the lack of conscience somebody has, because they probably didn't make this alone. They probably had help. Like I said, they have followers, so there's people who's actually following this and liking this degeneracy. So I'm sure there's a crew behind this. There's probably this informant's friends helping them, or whoever's helping them. There's a lot of behind the scenes that probably went on to make this come together. So think about the lack of conscience in those individuals. And this will show you, I always watch a show called Evil Lives Here. It's a good show, and it shows really sick, demented people, and it gives you an insight into how evil somebody could be and what goes on within somebody's mind who is unstable. And I find that stuff fascinating. I like to know the psychology of things and what makes people do certain things. And I have no answer for this. I don't know what could make somebody do something like this. It's how you're brought up. And the only word I have for it is just you're an evil person. You're a low-life, degenerate, evil person. For your conscience to even allow you to write these things, to use these images, to take images of a dead kid who died tragically, and the family's grieving over that, no matter how long it's been, that pain never goes away. Never goes away. Unfortunately, I know some people who lost children, and they're never the same. They're never the same. And to actually go through the steps, how heartless can you be? And that's just a ruthless, heartless, low-life degenerate that doesn't deserve anything good in their life. Nothing good in their life. They deserve the misery that they bring onto other people.
Yep.
That's really what they deserve. And I think that's what's most disturbing when you realize and you understand, and that's my message for future jurors. Don't always believe that person in front of you who's claiming to have this changed life and and decided to be an informant because they're now a good guy. Look deeper into it. And this is one instance. This is probably the lowest level I've seen an informant go. I got to be honest. I don't think I've seen an informant go any lower than this. But what I want to do is a future project of mine is I want to do a compilation. I just want to show all the behaviors of these lying informants so the public sees this isn't an isolated incident. This isn't a one-time thing. This is their behavior. In the majority of them, this is their behavior. I'm going to put together all the different comments they made, threatening people, saying bad things about women, clips from their podcast where they're making fun. I had one defendant I'm going to put where he's making fun of his ex, mocking her. I want to show the different informants on how they talk, how they threaten people. I had informants threaten me. I just want to show that it's not one informant, it's not 2 informants, it's not 3 informants. This is a pattern. All these lying informants have a pattern. And when you're dealing with a liar, they're dangerous, dangerous people. There's nothing worse than a liar. It's a very dangerous person. I shouldn't say there's nothing worse. There's a lot worse, but you know what I mean. It's a bad trait to have. And this is even beyond that. Here's a prime example. This is just a low-life degenerate. This is worse than a liar. This is just a piece of garbage individual that has no soul. and they have no conscience that just kind of tells them, hey, you're going too far. Think about it, right? You want to do certain things sometimes, and you're like, that doesn't really jive. Don't do that. Even myself, if I get mad sometimes, I want to react, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to say this and do that. And then I think about it, I'm like, that's not really your character. Don't do something like that. And it's nowhere near the scope of this bottom of the barrel degenerate filth. I'm talking more about language and things like that. I could definitely have a colorful language. I don't use it on here because it's not the format, but I'm no saint. You hear me in my private life with my friends, I'm sure I say a lot of choice words. It's just not the format for it here. I don't use it here. But to describe these images, if I wanted to be brutally honest, to describe what I think about the person who made these images, honestly, I'd probably be cursing every other word. Every other word I'd probably be cursing. So I'm not going to do that. So the best I could come up with is garbage, pale, low life, and degenerate. That's the best I could come up with without really going and saying what I want to say. I wanted to do this episode because I just felt it's an important episode to memorialize. It's important for the public, for potential jurors, for people who say are against we push back.
Can you pause that for 1 second?
Yeah.
Can you click on Cleveland Corleone's at 10:54 p.m.? That's exactly why I was mad. I didn't want somebody taking your little beautiful daughter and putting her up there like this. Nobody should do this to FBS's kid or her little brother. These people are sick degenerates. They're sick, vile, disgusting people. He says, now I understand why Anne-Marie was upset about me going on his stream with my daughter. Never realized how sick people can be on here. Yeah, that's exactly why. Nobody should do this to any kids. Put them on here. This is disgusting.
Yeah, 100% it is.
Well, Angel, I have to ask to take my dog out and go to the store. I'm going to jump off now. Thanks for having me on. And last thing I got to say is these people are disgusting for doing this. And to the people making threats, like I said, what you give, you will get. So don't complain when things happen if you do something creepy. And thanks for having me on.
No, thank you for coming on. Thank you.
God bless everybody.
Thank you. Good night. Okay, everybody. Let's see. I'll read some of the comments since I didn't read any before. Yes, Joe B. Slapping and spitting in women's faces. Yes. The truth hurts. All kids are innocent. This was beyond disgusting. Yes, it was. Like, you're mad at me, or let's just say you're even mad at my father. You hate my father. How do you do something so despicable about a 12-year-old boy? These guys are the scum of the earth. Yes, they are. Oh, thank you, Justice Tech Pros. And if anybody wants to watch the rest of that, I'm going to drop the link. Hold on 1 second, since I have it right here. I'm going to drop the link in the chat so you can go and watch that one. Oh, wait, I don't know what I just did. Hold on. It's a whole bunch of it's a whole bunch of letters. Hold on. I got to do that over. I don't know what I did. Oh, let's see. I got to make this small again. Exit. Okay. And let me just do this.
Exploring the criminal justice system.
Sorry. Here we go. And there's the link for Justice Tech Pros. I don't know why it's doing this, but where does this go? Let me see. Yeah, look what's happening. I don't know what the heck that is. And everybody just don't even click on that. I don't know what it is. I don't know why it's doing that. Let me just go on here. Okay, we'll try it this way now. Okay, there it is. Sorry, I don't know what I clicked before, but there's the link to Justice Tech Pros. And if you can give him a sub. uh, I can't. My friend just sent me something very funny. Okay, let me read some of your comments. I'm really sorry. I just when I watched that, um, yeah, exactly. The truth hurts. It's very well explained. And Ange says, "Karma, you sick f's." 100%. Okay. Hi, Assassinino. Did you want to come back on? Let me know and I'll drop a link. I don't know what happened to Chicky. Chicky was gonna come on also, but he's not here, I don't think. Cleveland Corleones, my heart is with you, Angel. What a horrible thing to have to relive. Thank you very much. Sometimes sometimes you can get really numb to this stuff. Like yesterday when I first saw this, I was in like I was in shock really. I was just like I just sat here and said like, oh, I didn't think that he can get any lower than what he already, did. And now he like what kind of mothers do these people have? Like, seriously, what kind of mothers? This is such an insult to your mothers. Every one of them who get on here and call women filthy names and who do these kind of things, these memes, and who harass women every single day. Don't you understand? It's such an insult to your mothers, to your parents. Like, don't you understand that, or is that like money means more than anything? I think it's so unbelievable to me. Ugh. Albert, it's okay, Angel. It'll come back in ways. They will be in shock when it happens. Yeah, exactly. And now if somebody thinks they're gonna go and start lying and attacking an attorney, I wouldn't do that. Nobody said your name, moron. But whatever. We push back, yes. No, he's not here. JTP is not here. But hello to you. And hi, Albert. Let me see. Miss Angel, please be aware there is a fake Edwin. Thanks to Moses Heaps and Chicago Muscle, they got rid of the individual in this chart. But did they get rid of the right one? I hope that they didn't get rid of our Edwin. The truth hurts. Hit the like button, please. Can you all please hit the like button? Yes, thank you, Assassinino. Please subscribe to Justice Tech Pros. And Angel, I'm so sorry about these things going on. Thank you so much, Albert. Hi, Carol. Hi, Lori Love. And hello, Krumel. I didn't say hello to you before, but hello. And the truth says, please hit the like button. Show Angel support. Thank you. Assassinino says he is out with his son. But thank you. And I'd love to tomorrow. Oh, without a doubt. Hold on one second. Looking. Okay. I'm sorry, everyone. Okay. You know what it is, Jim Dandy? I don't want to fight with people. Like, there's nobody, I don't want to fight with people. I didn't come on here to fight with content creators. So that's why. And to be honest, sometimes I feel very sorry for him. So that's it. And I asked him on here to explain 2 times to explain that one, I never paid him, I never met him, I never exchanged emails or anything. And then the second time was because of these memes. He has access to these memes. Nobody else does. And he was very nice about it. And that's it. That's it. But FBS had to make something out of it today, and and say that this was a Gotti family friend, and then he put up the video of the 9/11 comments. So you know what? I'm exhausted. Whatever. Truthfully, whatever. You can't become numb to that. No, but you can become numb to how evil some people can be. That's what I meant by it. Like how evil. And you didn't even do a damn thing to them, but they can be so evil. Give me 1 second, please. Hold on. Okay, I'm sorry. So what was I saying? Oh, so it was Tony Pizza who had access to them. That account blocked me on Instagram, so I didn't even know that account existed because I couldn't see it. I was blocked. So Tony told somebody, and they told somebody, and they told somebody, and then I came to then what happened is that someone else had access to it and they sent it to me. It wasn't even Tony Pizza because Tony Pizza didn't have any access to me. He didn't know my email or my Instagram or my Twitter. So what's this? So the page is up on Instagram. It's up on Instagram. I did not create this page. I didn't make any of these memes. I didn't do any of it. I'm sick of being accused by a whack job of having anything to do with that. I would die first before I'd ever exploit my little brother's death. Now, let me tell you something. For anybody on here who can ever accuse me of anything that has to do with to exploit my little brother's death just to hurt somebody else, that means that you don't have a caring bone in your entire body for your family members. And first of all, I've never even heard anybody like carry on about their family members the way that I do about mine. So I would never, never, never exploit those. And I put those up for a reason, to show everybody what the lowest form of life on the internet is, somebody who would do that. And that they came from that side. That's that side's friends. That's who did that. That side's friends. Those pictures were going around. Tony Pizza just didn't share the ones about my brother. That's it. They were on the internet because I got them from 2 different people. And then I swear my entire family. 2 different people sent them to me. And one of them was not Tony Pizza. 2 people sent them to me. Sickos on here. Sick, habitual liars. Gianni, you're such a genuine good person, Angel. My wife says she loves your laugh. I haven't laughed too much these past few days. There's so much more to life, and the people trying to cause you misery, I think, are just truly bad people, no redeeming traits. 100%. And thank you, Gianni. You're 100% right. And yes, let me tell you something. I do more for animals, for stray animals, than some of these degenerates did for their own kids. That's all I'll say. I did more for stray cats outside than these people did for their own children. Brian, that's how I know I'm on the right side. Angel loves animals. FBS would never do that. He's a selfish piggy. I don't know how he feels about animals, but yeah, I do. I love animals more than people because of things like this. Brian G, knowing Angel, they are fine. Who? And the truth hurts. Angel has a huge heart. Yes. Thank you. Oh, do you, Brian? Angel, my what? Oh my God! Could you please leave a comment on one of these videos so I can find out which one, and maybe I can ask you for a big favor. I just need some information. I have uh I have a cat that I take care of, and he's like in a little sanctuary in my yard, uh, and he's all alone, and I hate that he's all alone. So now there are 3 new cats out front that I feed every night. It looked like it was the mother, and she had 2 kittens, because I see that there's 3, and I feed the 3 out front. So I just need to know. I want to trap them and get them neutered, and then bring them back here. And actually, I could take like 1 or 2 to go into the cat sanctuary. I don't know what to do, but the mother looks awfully skinny, very, very skinny, and I'm a little worried about her. And she's beautiful, and the 2 kittens are absolutely beautiful. And then plus the cat that's in the yard now, he must be so lonely. So I just want to uh, did I take in those 2 cats? No, I can't take them in because the I have 3 dogs. So that's not going to be a good situation for them to come into the house. And believe it or not, I'm allergic to cats too. 217 likes. Let's get it to 250. Thank you very much. Thank you. Sean, everyone that watches him just watches to see what crazy shit he's going to say. Everyone loves a dumpster fire. They can't comment in his chat or they'll be blocked. Yeah, but here's the thing. Everybody that watches him and you give him a view, and so say you have say 250 people in there, that just encourages him to keep doing more and more and more. So I don't know what good that is by just watching him because you hate him and you want to see crazy things he's going to say. It's just encouraging bad behavior. Mandy, animals have a great sense of judgment of who's good and who's bad. If you ever bring a date home, don't take them to meet your mom. Take them to meet the dog. They'll tell you if he's good or bad. You know, that's so true. That's true. Yes, Albert, that's true as well. Amber Alert, that's bad. Angel, how old are the kittens? The mothers get thin when nursing. These kittens look pretty big. I mean, they're smaller than her, but they're not tiny kittens. And I really want to catch the black one. It's all black. I really want to catch that kitten so bad. I think I'm just gonna do it because I'm so afraid that little kitten's gonna get hurt. And the other one is black and white, and the face is like, it's like patches of black and white on his face, or she, her. The cat is beautiful. All three of them are beautiful cats. The mother looks like she doesn't want to be feral, but she is. And the kittens too. It's sad. Very sad. People just they don't help and help take care of stray animals, would try to even capture them and take them and get them neutered. I do that. Mandy says, I took in 3 strays during the winter. Last month, I woke up to 6 kittens under my bed. Oh my God, I don't even know what to do with them. Oh, wow. You took in 3 strays. How did you get them in? Like, how did they come into the house? Did they just walk in the house? Like, did they just come in, or you had to trap them? I wonder if I like just took them. I don't know. I have an upstairs that I'm never in really. I should just, I don't know what to do. I really don't. Okay. What is this? What's this? Cana Ton Kitty Kitty? Huh? What's that, Michael? Ryan Davis, I know a really good rescue, but not in your area. They take them in and adopt them when they are ready. Probably could find a good one. Yeah, I follow a good one on somebody that I know as well on Facebook, but I never really go on Facebook anymore. I really have to start getting into my social media platforms. I really have to start. Twitter just aggravates me though because it's so political. But I do need to go back to my my Facebook Shadow My Father page and Instagram. Please hit the like button, everybody. Okay, and or you can hit it on your way out. Oh my, Lori, you do 22, Lori. I told you I have 22. 2 of them gave birth. I can't touch them until they're done weaning. When they get to at least 8 weeks, catch them. Oh, 22 cats? Do you have them all in your house? Are they in a room or are they just in your house? Like, where do you fit 22 cats? Or is it all kittens? I'm confused. Wow. Yeah, Grant, I'm not going to put that up because then it's just going to be more trouble. Angel, my wife is in the same grade with your son in the same high school. Which grade and which high school? Sugar babe, I got 1 stray inside by feeding close to the door. Then when they got used to that, put the food right inside the door and then got him to the vets and now he's home. Really? Oh, what does Gianni say? A shepherd is a rescue pup. He came up from Virginia. I think he was. Oh, I can't read that. I can't read it. I can't read anything bad with animals. But thank you, Gianni. Hi, Jerry. How are you, Jerry? Hey, Angel. I can finally catch a live. Respect from the Italians in Australia. Thank you, Jerry. But I'm just about to get off because I'm starting to feel so tired. Hi, Cane Shades. My cat Fatka gave birth to 6 kittens 5 months ago, and she just gave birth to 5 yesterday. Oh my God, my house is crazy. Are you kidding? Why didn't you get her fixed? Why you should have gotten her fixed. Oh my God. Gave birth to 6 kittens 5 months ago, and she just gave birth to 5 yesterday. Oh, I got to get that cat fixed. That means that she can get pregnant again right away. Oh, God, I got to get that fixed. Mandy, so there's 2 other cats I took in that I had to use traps. I lived in a house with a military clause and had to move. I couldn't just leave them, so I trapped them and brought them here. Oh, wow. See, I brought my 2 strays when I moved here. But now one died and one's alone. It's so sad. Oh, okay. No, it's a colony down the street. Okay, yeah. There's an empty house they live at. The neighbors also feed them. Spaying and neutering is the only way to control the problem. I ended up taking 2 of them. Yes, I know. Oh, so you have them. What state are you in? Did you tell me that already or no? Hi, Karen. How are you, Karen? I'm dealing with a little Chihuahua Yorkie in heat as we speak, and 2 little male Yorkies going crazy. I need to get them fixed. Yes, you better. You know what you can also do? Like, say, if you don't have the money to get it done, you go on the website of the, what is it again? The Humane Society, and look for that section, and you fill it out, and they find you a vet near you where all you'll pay is $50. You'll pay $50, and then you'll pay, like, if you want to give them pain meds, you can pay extra for the pain meds, which is worth it because you don't want a cat to or a dog to be healing after they get fixed with no pain medication. That's so cruel. And the pain medication is not expensive at all. Fun fact, cats can get pregnant at 4 months, and they're most fertile right after giving birth. Oh my God. I gotta trap them. I have to. The adrenaline is leaving you, Angel. That's why you get tired, Angel. Take a good rest. Yeah, I am, Kremel. I am. I feel it. I feel like I'm just I feel just very drained. Excuse me. Brian G says some towns on Long Island have programs to fix cats for free. If you bring to a vet, it's usually around 100 to fix them. Yeah. So I am going to get these 3 fixed. And then if I have to bring them back here, I'll just bring them back here. I'll see what happens. Okay, they're best friends, and now they want to rip each other apart. Yeah, I know. When they go into heat. I got a guy called Dr. V near where I live. He will help you at bargain rates. Really? Albert, what are you in Brooklyn? Okay, the Tara truck comes to the Hudson Valley Humane Society by me, $70. Oh, that's not bad. Because I think with the Humane Society, you pay 50, and I forgot what it costs for the medication. Like, I don't know, not even $20, less than 20. I think maybe, I don't know. They raise the prices of everything. Oh, okay. You're talking about, are you talking about Teresa's son, Joe? Jerry says in Australia it cost me $100 to get my male cat fixed and $180 for the girl. Yeah, they always charge more for the females. It's a more complicated procedure. Yes, it is. And they definitely need the pain meds afterwards. You can get them fixed, yeah. Oh, Staten Island? Okay. Okay. I have two really good friends that are in Staten Island. Tony says I took in a female. I took a female in who was pregnant and it cost me $600. What? Did you tell them that there was that was a stray or a feral cat? Oh, he's a good doctor. All right. Joe's talking about it. Excuse me. A baseball or basketball player. Okay. All right, everybody. I'm getting really, really tired. So I just want to say thank you to everybody. And thank you to Elio, and thank you to Ma Brett's Exposed for coming on. And Marla, I hope you're back by tomorrow. I miss you, Marla. And everybody else, and thank you, Justice Tech Pros. You are the man. You're the best. Thank you so much. And yeah, I am gonna get some sleep, Krumel. I'm exhausted. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Tony Ubats. Thank you, Krumel and Lori and Mandy. Joe Bay 8. Thank you. And thank you, Jerry, Gambeauty, and Carol. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much. And B1, thank you. Good night. And don't give low lives the views.